Doctor.
But she's a doc. Okay, you know what?
You know what? Just yeah. You just
Oh,
why don't
that's
you
a
just
terrible
like
angle.
do less? Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean,
Don't worry. What's it again?
Me?
Stacy.
I don't want to mispronounce it. That's why I always ask you.
Stacy's not really
I saw
like
you.
mispronounceable.
I have the worst seat.
Dude, where is this camera?
Where do you need to
I
go?
don't
No,
know.
that's
My big ass
That's
head is like
unfair,
no,
dude.
it's my
A
big
little
ass
bit.
head. I know. Where do I go?
No,
Everybody
that's
in
what I'm
this
saying. I don't
building,
like that
everyone is
fucking
being
angle.
seen.
Give me a
What do
little
I do? What,
give me a
this
little
way?
back.
Yeah, there you go. You're good there.
There?
Okay,
Is
No,
that-
no,
John
so
gotta move a
fat.
little.
Yeah.
Okay. Sound like he's.
You gotta do a whole fucking thing.
Fuck
Is there a
yeah.
right side, left side on this
Fucking
bitch?
see
Oh,
that
yeah.
shit just-
Whatever.
Oh,
It
yeah.
goes.
Oh
It
yeah.
says right
I
or
don't
left.
know how
No,
to snap
no,
my
no.
fingers, man.
Does it really make a
And I
difference?
got, ooh, was that a good
So
snap?
this was made for the right ear.
I'm not good
Yeah,
at
exactly.
snapping, dog.
Snap.
Is that
Two
good?
snaps up
And
and
my
a
hands are so
circle.
dry. I've never
You
put
might start a
lotion
fire.
on.
You start snapping.
You need like
Like,
fucking like
Like,
moisturizer
yo,
to snap.
somebody told me that you're supposed to put on lotion.
Yeah, I never do that shit. I never do that shit.
Sierra,
I don't do that.
Put on lotion.
Oh, I guess you're right.
It's just one of those things like, but you guys should because it's your
Hey, yo,
skincare.
are you-
I guess so. Yeah. I don't fucking know, dude.
I'm already
Imagine
running.
laying down with a girl
Like,
and
you
she
don't need
says,
yours, man.
your skin is so
that's
soft.
not good. That's bad, dude. That's bad, dude. Yo, if a girl, if a girl,
Excuse me, ladies, before we get started, real quick.
Wow.
yeah,
Do you want a man to feel soft?
or like rough.
I want it to feel
Yeah.
like a man.
There you go. Okay.
Like,
Correct,
skin,
correct.
soft skin is cool. No, skin is soft skin's good.
Yeah.
Soft skin is good?
Yeah, but the hands
Really?
should be rough.
Yeah, my
Okay,
okay.
so
Good.
a dude, right? He just finished fucking you, right? And then he takes a shower and comes out and starts putting lotion on. Is that okay?
I'm gonna put it
That's
on.
okay, really?
You said
Damn.
That's okay?
Yes.
That's okay. Damn. All right.
That's
That's
okay.
weird, man.
I'm out the
Self-care.
loop. I'm out the loop.
Yeah, me too, man.
I'm out the loop.
I don't think that's a common practice, but like still,
Lotioning?
I don't think.
I don't know, man. That's a
I don't think I would do it.
practice for women.
Yeah, I lotion every day.
Of
Do you
course.
lotion your men every day though?
See that? You real quiet,
Okay.
man. Why you not saying something?
Because I use lotion.
He's like, I'm not gonna say nothing because
I mean, I do.
you're attacking
I
lotion.
don't lotion my whole body. I put lotion.
Where you put it? Knees, elbows, hands?
Dick.
Do you
Yeah, yeah.
Definitely.
I used to lotion my dick a lot.
Dick is a special
Sometimes when I
occasion.
shave and my skin is dry, like if let's say I went to the beach the day before and I shave, my skin gets dry on my head, so I'll put a little lotion up there.
Okay. Head lotion. It's
Yeah,
good
head
for the brain.
lotion,
Head lotion.
hands, elbow,
Mm.
not so much knees.
Okay, I like that. That's
Sure.
pretty good.
Just like small areas.
I missed the areas. I'm sorry. Can you repeat that?
It's,
Elbows, hands, face, and head.
Okay.
And then like
put lotion on, but doesn't lotion on the face make you oily as fuck?
I don't know, but I get out the shower, my face dry, and I deal with people, so I don't want people looking at my dry ass face.
I like that.
So I just
like
put
that.
it.
song did you want? I just said it. No, Sierra, which one? Goodies. Okay.
I was gonna say, I'm like, why are you
I don't know. I just hear.
This is right.
I do
You
hear
ever seen the
some.
music video of this?
No. This is the one. Like
This is why
Damn, Sierra's
Future put
hot.
a baby in her, and why
Uh-huh.
Russell Wilson takes care of that baby.
Oh boy.
It's like I'll do it. It's okay.
Oh, we're recording this on your feed, right?
Oh, this is all live right now.
On
Oh shit.
on
Partially.
his feet?
Oh shit.
I mean, who knows what it's picked up or how
Partially.
it sounds.
And I'm hiding.
And we're
They
on-
can't see me. It's like a
But
Where's
it's a
Waldo
fucking
moment.
place
Yeah.
to be able to
That's
watch
fine.
it
Oh, I went
visually.
blue screen. Who went no signal over there? Oh, there it is.
We gotta
Nah,
check
it's
that.
just the TV.
Yo,
Yo,
check
look at my
Is it
back.
the TV or the
It's
cable?
the
Yo,
TV. Maybe
See that
they,
shit?
I don't know.
Turn off the
AC
It doesn't
already?
fucking matter.
Check the HDMI
Ready?
on the laptop and the TV, because it keeps going in and out.
But
Look, you see?
the stream is good. We don't
Yeah,
want
no, the
stream is
stream is
fine.
fine. Someone might be touching that cable back there, lazy.
But it might be distracting.
Just be careful.
Okay,
Yeah.
It's that one.
Yeah, there you go. That's it.
Oh, it hasn't done it.
But then I'm blocking
Yeah.
Tiffany. Then I'm blocking
Blue
Tiffany.
again.
Oh, it's blue
It
again.
does that?
Dog, that's just the way it
It
is.
is,
dog.
yeah.
Sometimes when you got a defective TV when you were a kid, you gotta
Does it matter though? Does that change anything? It just means you guys can't see yourselves like good enough. I can't see myself.
Hey, bro.
I'm
gonna
here.
Make sure I look good.
If I don't see myself at
I
all
think I'm a
times
part
of
of
the
this
day,
show.
I don't know that I exist. Honestly, if I'm not constantly looking at myself, I forget that I exist. I'm serious.
Facts.
100%, dude. I'm like, yo, where'd I go?
We're in a simulation.
Oh shit. Yeah. What the fuck? Oh shit. I'm here again. Yeah.
Guys,
I live.
our last and final
What
guest
up?
of the evening.
What
coming
up?
down to Valerie. Sergio, you're going to share a mic with her.
You're gonna share a mic?
Yeah, so you're stuck in between two ladies. I'm just.
Damn, dude.
It's
All right.
time to
I
rush.
know.
Your chair's right over there.
Also,
going on over there?
Right.
this shit,
TV call
like,
out of here.
yo, yeah, I gotta get this shit on the other side for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yeah. Hello. What's your
Yeah.
name?
Valeria.
There we go.
I
All
like
Oh, wow.
That sounds like an STD.
right,
Sounds like
so
a disease.
you're just gonna roll over here.
Jesus, they always say that.
Oh,
Malaria.
malaria.
It's not malaria, guys.
It sounds like an
Yeah,
STD.
you guys
Actually,
sound like third graders.
Malaria you get from
Malaria.
a
You have to sit here because I'm gonna block her. I'm gonna block her.
Yeah.
You have to sit here.
To
and
me,
I
it sounds
sit
like
there.
it's caught something that
You
the
don't-
doctor's
you
going
don't-
Because
you
you're
don't
gonna block. I'm gonna block her.
Or like over there.
No. Same seat. Same seat.
Don't say it. See, we're on.
Sorry.
We're
I
live.
know.
My
But
bad.
you know where.
There you go.
Welcome, Valeria.
There you go.
There you go.
Wait, guys,
Is that good? Like everyone can see themselves enough?
Really?
What's up?
Holy shit.
I'm kind of like creeping on you. I know. My bad. My
It's
bad.
alright, it's all good.
Ask him what
Alright, I
it
just
is.
reposted
See, guys, we're gonna have
her
to
show.
Sorry, guys. I saw the Taco
Cut
Bell.
her off.
And I was right. It did say
We're gonna
good.
have to switch.
What's up? What's up?
I said
Oh, she's fat, so now we can't
That's
see
just me.
Tiffany.
Oh, dude, I tried to get her to do that because she's shorter.
Remember the
You know, she's shorter.
Yes, and I got to like 60.
Huh.
Why don't you sit over here?
You probably only had like
No, it's fine.
3.
Man, it's gonna be
Yeah,
tough.
like,
No, that's. I think you're perfect
It
there.
don't
Just chew
matter.
into the
She's-
camera.
Yeah.
Just chew into the camera. Like that.
The whole time, man. Yeah.
I'm probably going to bounce around.
Let me
That'd
know
be
so
great.
I didn't know I was going to be on video.
Me
I just
either.
wanna
We're
know.
not.
My
I'm
hair.
probably starting this way, this way.
Is this anything?
No.
That way, that way.
Oh, wait. We need that. No.
Because
See,
I
man,
don't
no
want to start
emotion.
shooting yet.
You, them
Nobody
two,
shot
sipping
shit.
per
There you
box.
go. You see,
You're a
women are
genius.
smart, man.
Yo, you're a genius for knowing she was a genius.
What's up, you guys?
There
We're
we go.
about to go live on the
Yeah,
air.
yeah.
Huh?
Can I do?
Are you
I
alright?
can't hear you. I got fucking headphones on.
Menopausal.
Speak to your mic. I can hear you if you're talking to your mic.
For real?
Menopausal.
So like,
Say
Daddy
hi.
bullshit.
hot flash is
so over
high.
here you don't hear me?
I think I'm the
I hear you
host.
muffled.
I'm somebody in
I
here.
hear you in my ears. there.
I'm the guy that wears the shades on the
I'm
show.
the
I lose you
This
there.
is gonna be fun.
Like I can hear you, but you're muffled.
We got a lot of guests.
Let's take a picture.
Check it out. Check it
No,
out.
bitch, it's
We're on
not
the
your mic.
Everyman
It's
show.
you. You're talking away from the mic.
At Wake and Bake down in
Yeah,
Miami.
you gotta stay
What's
into
up, you
that
guys?
mic.
But you gotta talk
Hey,
into the mic.
Tyler. Sup?
No, talk where you were talking before.
Yeah, we're getting ready to do a radio
I'm gonna
show
talk
here.
like I'm really super muffled.
There you go. You got it. You got it. You got it.
Hi everybody. My name's Muffler. I've been a muffler my whole life.
Muffler.
I have
That was
no
code
idea
name
what's
for
going on. I have
vagina.
no idea. I'm just gonna let you guys on for a minute.
Are you ready?
We're ready.
You got the song cue?
Nah, I lost it. What's
Nah, you
what's
The whole song played out.
I was gonna
Wait.
say, I'm like, the entire
I
song.
jammed that whole song.
Yeah.
I'm sweating my beer out already.
Oh, she got a
Oh,
drum.
stop complaining.
Oh, I like ludicrous. Old school
I'm
ludicrous.
like a
Believe it,
diva
all
in
these
here.
dudes.
I'm always like a diva.
Oh, we talking.
I am not a diva.
I feel like a diva in here.
Yo, we go
Feel
to
like a
Sierra
diva.
Good,
Sugar
right?
Red
Yes, that's.
Yo, this
All
is
right.
hilarious.
Just play all the Sierra classics.
Oh,
Hey,
me
do I get a
too.
pair of headphones?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
but
Huh?
we can all
Do I
see
get
that one.
headphones?
We can't see that
I
one.
don't know.
What's up,
That's
That's a
okay.
special
Okay,
feat.
don't worry. Don't worry.
Here.
We're everywhere. We're
Dude,
multi.
You
I-
take these ones.
Multicasting?
Yeah. Right? Is
Okay.
that
I totally
what they call it?
forgot.
Simulcasting. Simulcasting.
That's what
That's
it
what the word I like.
You're
Simulcasting,
hot.
yes. I like that. Simulcasting is
Everybody
real. I
does.
like that. It's a real thing.
My English vocabulary stops at 6th grade.
It's after 2.
Wow.
It doesn't go
That's
past
6th
7.
grade.
All right, here's your song.
All right.
we're
Do you have
gonna
it
start the
queued,
show,
ready to
guys,
go?
so hang
Hold
tight.
on,
We're
man.
gonna-
We're watching.
We're getting
This guy's
the
far over there.
nurse's hygiene.
Man.
Yeah,
I think I got it
people are
covered.
talking and stuff.
What's up,
All right.
guys?
3, 2.
This episode is brought to you by Prairie Dogs. Prairie Dogs. They look like rats. They might be rats. Who knows? But they'll bite the shit out of you and give you some sort of disease. Prairie Dogs. Avoid them. Hit that music, sir. What the fuck was he doing? Doesn't matter. I switched things up in here and he's still gonna do this to me. Any day, I mean, we went through like 5 minutes of pre-production there to wait for him.
He went right to the
Are you
preview.
sure? You sure you got it? You got it? Go. That doesn't sound like anything.
No.
I hear silence in my headphones. Just
What?
saying.
I hear music.
Oh,
You didn't hear
Nothing.
music? No?
Nothing.
Oh, I
Am
heard
plugged
it.
in?
that's what makes it special.
We might
Oh.
not be plugged in. We're probably not part of the show. Who knows?
I am.
Ladies and gentlemen, who cares? I don't need to hear myself. Welcome to the Everyman Show. Yeah. I am your.
Yeah.
Group
clap.
There it is.
Group
Oh,
clap.
we're here.
Group clap.
That's how
Everyone
you
doing-
do it.
I'm a part
Oh,
of the
you weren't
show.
hearing nothing the whole time.
Nothing.
Oh,
Silence.
no wonder.
Hell
There's
yeah.
a lot
God
of
forbid the
fucking
host
people in
hears
here.
anything.
R.I.P. Noodles. R.I.P. Noodles.
Yeah, he's still there. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen.
You're about to find
I
out.
am your host, John Everyman, and welcome to another episode of the Everyman Show.
Woo!
Yeah, it's a special one at that. This marks the first week of our Women's Month second annual celebration. I don't know how to say things right anymore, but you guys know where I'm going with it. The most important thing is that we're celebrating the fact that it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month, and I like
Breast
to add
cancer.
to this and remind everyone that women kick ass
Woo!
and that they exist in this world.
Yeah.
And this month is what I'm going to do to reflect all that. And what we do is each and every week for the month of October, we'll have a female guest. That is right.
Yes.
But not just that, people. I'm not just doing that for everybody in here today. I got a special cast. This is a smorgasbord of a cast. This is like a loaded potato of a cast. This is what this is. I got some old faces, some new faces, and some pretty faces in the studio. Sitting with me is an old, long lost face I have not seen in a while show up to this show. And he's back for episode 84. Seabass!
Shout out Antonio Brown, 84.
Yeah, that's the
Right.
wrong
I
time to
hate,
talk about
I hate
that.
talking about
Yeah,
Antonio Brown.
that's
I don't
not-
like
we don't
Antonio
want to
Brown.
start that off with women's
84
Month.
Chris
Chambers. Yeah.
84 Chris Chambers, Miami Dolphins, 305 Bobby, ya tú sabes who we are, B1 Directo.
You went the wrong way with that one. Oh man, sitting with us, another co-host, one of my favorites and good friends over here is No Emotion Gold, Maz baby.
Look at my mask is golden. Don't ask who am I. No emotion. Yeah.
Right there.
Yeah, motherfucker.
Yeah!
That is
Yeah.
right.
That's what I'm talking about.
These are my older co-hosts. These guys are vets in here. But we got the new faces in here too with me. My new face co-host. I got Sergio Mendez returning.
Yeah, man. That was the best intro
Yeah, you
to
can.
women ever, dude. You said women exist.
Yes,
Yeah, only in
I know
October.
they exist.
Only in
Yeah, for
October.
1 month out of the year, dude. We got it. I just remembered, dude. I had forgotten for a while if they existed or not, but
Yes.
I got it.
Halloween doesn't
You'd
count.
be surprised, man.
No, Halloween counts heavy, dude.
Yeah, they're out.
Facts.
That's when all the sluts come out.
They really exist on Halloween.
Huh?
Yeah.
They got more days in Black History Month.
They do,
Yeah.
don't they? They
They
got
do.
like
It's
an
all
extra
about
3
color.
days.
Well,
Goddamn.
what? Because it's in February, Black History Month?
It still is. They haven't changed
Yeah.
it.
No, I know, because it's like
Yeah,
the
it's
shortest
like the whole
month of the
month.
year, right? If you think they did that on purpose, that's
messed
fucked up.
That is.
28.
Yeah, that's
Hey, but in the
Oh,
leap year, you
that's
get 29, you know?
You guys
So,
got any black questions? You guys could all ask me, man.
Oh, yeah. You're the blackest black guy here.
Fucked up,
The
dude.
blackest blackness of ever darkness ever been in the dark.
there's, no,
What?
there's no Mr. Goodnight, so we have no emotion here to
Hell
supplement
yeah,
all
dog.
that.
I'm gonna be here to call it out.
Right, you're going to
Oh,
balance.
yeah.
Gotcha.
Yes.
I'm here.
Sitting with us, she was with us last week, and she's a newer co-host member of the family of the Everyman Podcast
What's
Show
up?
family, and it's Valeria.
It's
Valeria.
Valeria.
I tried. I will constantly try to get it right. Valeria.
Thank
I'm
you.
just gonna stop at
Your
that.
name's so
There you
dope.
I'm
go.
gonna teach
Thank
myself
you.
to stop
Thank
at
you.
I
that.
love her name.
Yes.
You just call me Val, please.
Yes. I'm
No,
learning to
fuck
stop
that.
at
Say
Val
all the
or
syllables,
Val to
bro.
get it right that it's Valeria.
Say every syllable.
Yeah.
You
You know, and for all the life of me, I want to get it right when I say it. I'm like, I know I got it right, and it just turns out I'm lying to myself.
Full mother.
Just remember it rhymes with malaria. It isn't
Yeah,
malaria,
right?
but it
Jesus.
rhymes with
Oh,
malaria.
yeah.
I had that
Don't do
for
that.
my stand-up
Yeah.
set.
He's gonna say.
You say it rhymes with
Yeah.
malaria?
So yeah, for the right crowd.
Uh,
Not every crowd gets it.
Right.
Okay.
And sitting with us, we also have our honorary female co-host of the show during the month of October while we do these celebrations. Last year we had the boss lady Erica, but this year I decided to add my main squeeze, Tiffany.
Oh.
Tiffany's in the
Hey.
building.
I didn't know we were
Hey.
doing intros. I would have prepared something, but next week
You'll be ready for
I'll
next
be ready
week?
next week.
Okay, great, because she will be with us for next week as well.
Cool.
Unless I mess this up today, God only knows.
Right. Yeah.
Right. And finally, oh wait, by the way, go fuck yourself, Walter. I didn't feel like that was. I knew there was something happening here that I didn't introduce. Yeah, go fuck yourself. But sitting with us, aka the reason for the season of today's episode, is our first guest of our Women's Month celebration. A very popular comedian at that, because I've seen you lately and I've followed your work and you seem to be everywhere. There's not a day or the week you have nothing going on. You have something going on all the time. So I can say this with confidence that you're a very busy comedian. And ladies and gentlemen, with that said, we have sitting with all the time. So I can say this with confidence that you're a very busy comedian. And ladies and gentlemen, with that said, we have sitting with us Stacy Steele. Yeah.
Wow, thank you.
I like those applause to come in.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so
I
much.
love your last name, Steele. Is that really your last name?
Well, for all intents and purposes, yeah.
Okay, cool. Because
It's
it
not my
sounds
given
like a
name.
strong name. It sounds like you're like a Marvel character for some reason.
See, now he went in that direction. These assholes all
Porn
said,
stars.
thank you.
Easy.
Every
Porn
single
stars.
one.
That was me. That was me.
It was all of us. We
Everyone.
all did it.
I know
I
a
mean,
few
yeah.
porn stars.
It was
named
me, it was
Stacy,
me,
And I
it was
know
me.
one porn star named Steele. Something
Yeah,
Steele.
exactly.
Really?
Yep.
Like, look how guys get lumped
There's a Stacey
into
Steele
with each
too,
other.
actually.
But what
And
is
that's
this-
not me. I have not ever
I
done
definitely
porn.
searched your name on xnxxnn.com.
Oh, you know,
There's not any porn of me anywhere. Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Well, you know.
Actually, that's not 100% true. I do have some. Never mind.
Yeah, see?
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no porn out there. No porn. I
I
promised
couldn't
my
see
dad. My dad said to me when I was doing all these different jobs and stuff, my dad said to me, just make me a promise that you will never do porn. And I said, that I can promise you. Everything else goes.
Man, that's.
Okay.
I don't know if I can.
Well, I don't know what's everything
like
else
that.
though. Everything else could get pretty close to porn.
Yeah.
That's true.
You know.
Wow, your dad was pretty lenient. I feel like with my daughters, I just want to ask them to please use condoms.
In our house, we say fasten your seatbelts.
Oh,
But what if?
shit.
But what if you were gonna get paid big time by like Hugh
Nah.
Hefner when he was alive
Nah,
at the time?
mm-mm.
No.
No porn.
No, you couldn't tell your dad, hey, Dad, I'm going to be able to buy you like a 10-bedroom house because
No.
of me
No.
popping my knockers out.
Porn
No.
stars don't even get paid that much, bro.
No, they don't?
Not
No, they don't, bro.
Damn.
Not anymore.
Oh, well,
Not
yeah,
that
because,
much.
but I said Hugh Hefner.
No,
And, you know,
That's
like
said a
different.
male.
Playboy status.
He's never showed his dick. You seen his dick before?
Did he really? Do you think
Have
he
you
slept
ever
with all
seen
those
Hugh
women?
Hefner's dick?
Yo, you said your
No.
dick dies before you do, so
Your dick dies before
It
you
does.
do.
You said
I
that.
said that off air.
I'm giving you credit for that.
Off air, I said that most males' dicks die before they.
And I thought you meant like in the moment. I had
No.
like a blonde moment.
What the fuck? And you can't for like.
Yeah, medication.
They say the
Wonders.
brain stays alive a couple extra seconds.
That's so
away
weird.
from the
After
body.
death?
Yeah. Like it stays alive for a couple seconds
Yeah.
extra. But is that the case with the penis?
Good question.
Well, they say
I
that
mean-
when you die, some people can get erections because
Yeah.
blood just flows there,
Yeah.
and you can get an erection when you
What?
die.
Oh, man.
Oh,
Yeah.
shit,
They
that's
also
crazy.
they also say you can piss and shit yourself when you
Yeah,
die.
And there's
because you lose
people that
control
have
of
sex
your
with
everything
sphincter.
basically.
But at least
You're
I'll
what?
get to see
I
The
like
this.
that.
sphincter.
You're what?
Yeah.
The sphincter.
I just want to hear him say that. It's awesome.
That's gonna make me want to wear
She
more
said
silk boxes.
They actually have people. Some people have sex with the corpse.
Yeah,
What?
that's called
Necrophilia.
necrophilia. And I heard a thing once where a guy goes, "Well, sometimes you just want to crack open a cold one, if you know what I'm
Oh,
saying."
you know what?
No.
I know, that's crazy.
Yeah, no. Cold
Hold on.
vagina does
No.
not sound good.
No.
Wow.
No, there was actually a case of some lady that got pregnant by a dead guy.
What?
Yes, it's a real true story.
Wait, a lady got
No.
pregnant by a
Yes,
Dead
yes,
guy.
yes,
So
because
I-
she was
God.
no, No, she used to work at the coronary, whatever, and
Morgue.
the morgue, whatever.
Uh-huh.
And she would have sex with the
The dead people.
dead
my
people.
God.
Yeah,
How would she get them hard?
God, yeah, because
They
he
dead.
just told you.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they still have hard on.
Yeah, they do.
I
So
don't know
she
how
would
long
fuck
it
them, and then
lasts,
one of
though.
them she got
And-
pregnant by
and
it.
they can-
I'll
they
look it
can-
up right now.
Zombie dick,
Look it up
nigga.
right now.
So that means you could have an orgasm in heaven, dude. You can have an orgasm in heaven, dude.
Stop it.
You're biting on that titty, dog.
Biting on it.
Wait a
Mama
second.
be like,
Wait a
yeah,
second.
this little
Tiffany,
baby
you
be biting
have
on
medical
this titty
background,
hard
right?
as
If
fuck.
you could bust a nut after you
I
die,
don't doubt.
I want to bust a nut when I
You don't got
die.
that
After you tell me this
What the fuck
story.
is
Yeah.
happening right now?
the death
Wow.
All right, well,
See what I
well,
did?
I don't know, man.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yes.
I don't know where we led to all that,
I don't
but
know.
let's go back to you, Stacy.
Hey,
How are
hey,
you?
I am fantastic. In fact, I am fucking fantastic. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I love that, man. She didn't come up with fantastic. She said fucking fantastic. I think I've had a bunch of guests here and none have answered in such a
Yes,
fashion.
I'm
I
very
love
Fucking fantastic.
I'm very what's the word? No,
Fucking fantastic.
no, I'm excited to be here.
You're
you know.
excited, okay?
Yeah.
You feeling the energy
Yeah,
in
I
here.
man.
like it.
All right, I like that, man. I wish I
I
was
like
that
the angle.
motivated.
Like it like that, bro.
That's why I've had to add more co-hosts. I think that
Is there
Mr.
more?
Goodnight and Mateo really got burned out.
Nah, I like
Look
it.
at that sweatshirt.
Oh, that's
They're not as fucking fantastic to be here.
I love that
Yeah,
shirt.
they are. They're
Sorry,
so happy.
I love your
Yeah,
shirt.
they are. Shout out to the guys.
Dude, this
Oh,
light
guys.
is terrible. Just
The light is
Oh,
set.
the light's
What's
terrible.
wrong with the lighting in
I
here?
look like like.
But you got a
Yeah,
halo
so do
above
I,
you,
so
but
do
I
I.
know you're
I'm
an
bad.
angel. You've never
Trump
done
the light,
anything
Trump the
bad.
light.
I can look
Who,
at
how,
you
what?
and tell you're just so innocent and gentle and sweet.
You talking about me?
Yep.
Oh my God, he thinks I'm innocent and gentle and sweet.
I would have never.
Wow.
I mean, a
said
girl
that.
Thank
with
you.
puffy
If I
hair.
were a
But you're
betting
Spanish,
man.
right?
Yeah.
Okay.
How you say
I were a
no?
betting man.
What's your original language?
My
That's terrifying.
English?
Yeah, how you say no in English?
No.
Yep. Boom. She said it. All right.
Hold on a second. I want to get to the bottom of the difference between the black man attitude and the Spanish man attitude about me being sweet and innocent versus not. I'm curious about that.
Mm.
All right.
Okay. So, am I going first?
You
Sure.
started.
Sweet innocence version of me is like, it's kind of like you're being sweet and innocent, but you know that shit is a fucking lie.
Oh.
Take your panties off. You already know what time it is.
Okay, that was aggressive.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't know. I just have a sense for it. So
A sense for what?
for like women who are innocent and women who are not innocent.
Uh huh.
I'm not saying you're a piece of shit. I'm,
I
like,
got you. Got you.
I'm not saying that. I
got
I don't know.
You gotta treat a girl that's a slut.
I
like she's
am.
Oh
innocent, bruh.
Jesus.
You know what? I would say that you
Oh
look
my
you
God.
look like you've lived. You look like you have experience.
You know
in
that
life.
girl
Wow.
take dick,
Like,
you
you-
be
you
like,
know
yo,
that-
fuck that
like,
bitch.
You're not short of an answer. No, there's some women that just understand life, man.
Thank
There's just
you.
some ladies that have lived it, man.
Yeah,
They just
man.
Get it on all levels and don't. After some point in life, they just don't give a fuck.
What do they end
That's
up
awesome.
taking though?
What now?
What do they end up taking in the end?
Taking.
Dick.
Oh.
Yeah, that's like
Taking.
I'm gonna be honest. Like I was like, man, I wonder if he's
In
doing
the home
dick.
of the vagina, you end up finding it, they end up taking the dick. That's what happens in the end.
I swear that was my the answer. in
No,
my head.
everybody was-
Some girls I don't want to be the person to say it,
Those
but I
of
think
you
it's
that
dick.
had dicks were like, what is she gonna take?
In the end,
It's a vague question.
it is a big question.
Okay.
Half of everything. I don't know.
Ah! You dated a Jewish girl, didn't you?
What did he say?
He said
Half
half
of
of
everything.
everything.
God damn, that sounds horrible. I was
That's
gonna
true.
say, she definitely gonna take all my money.
Separate bank accounts, brother.
Yes,
That's it.
definitely gonna take half of that shit. I got too many friends that I could live.
Well, the
some
thing
money
is,
to.
half and nothing is still nothing.
That's it.
You know what I'm
Nothing
saying?
for nothing means nothing.
Nice.
Can we
Damn.
split this penny? I could.
Oh, yeah, Ginsu knives. I remember
Yes,
those commercials.
that was my friend's father.
What?
I swear to
He was
God.
Asian?
No, he wasn't the Asian guy. He was the older white dude.
Man, you
Oh,
knew an
the guy that
Asian?
was
Ginsu.
Real
The nigga
Ginsu.
name was Ginsu.
No.
Ginsu was white.
No, he
The
wasn't.
guy that presents on
Yes.
on the TV was.
Oh, of course it was
Oh,
a white guy.
Oh,
Of course it was a white guy selling Asian
Wait, the
knives.
guy that sold the products on
When
TV,
they
like
came
as
up
seen on
Like
TV.
Home Shopping Network, all that shit.
The
Yeah.
original
Arnold
Ginsu.
Morris,
I'm just
the best
gonna
friend's
ask
father.
the room.
Really?
Yeah, Leslie, shout out, man.
Shout out
Yo,
to
shout out to
and white
Leslie, yo.
fella at Stokes.
I love that, yo.
That's right.
Let me get a knife. Let me get a knife.
So Stacy,
Yeah, bring it back.
let me ask you a question.
Yes, sir.
Where are you from? Let's start off.
I am from Long Island, New York.
What?
Long
Me
Island,
too.
New York.
See?
Elmont.
Oh my!
I'm sorry. I'm from Dix Hills.
No, I don't know about y'all, but
You're
I'm
from
sure
Dix
I'll-
Hills. God damn.
I know.
That's like an easy. Your name is Stacy Steele, and you're
Yes!
from Dix Hills.
Yeah, like,
What the fuck?
See, that's
Come on,
yeah,
man.
I can see where these guys were going with
Black
it.
Dickens.
I'm sorry. This is the perfect
guys,
first host for Women's Month.
Yeah, this
Right?
is perfect.
Well, thank you.
So tell us what it was like growing up on Dix Hill.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
seriously.
Was it hard? Was it hard?
A lot of dicks out there.
I don't know. I moved there when I was 8, so I wasn't
Or was
looking
it
for dick.
soft? Oh.
When I was 8. But yeah, I had a kind of rough childhood, not with my parents and my family so much, but kids. You've heard the story. Kids bullied me and treated me like
Really?
shit.
Really?
What was that neighborhood like? Was it predominantly like Italian or something?
Jewish.
Italian.
Some Italian, some
Are
Greek.
you Jewish?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
I am a Romanian Russian Jew.
Wow.
I
There
feel
we go.
Jewish because I always get mistaken for Jewish. I'm not, but I just
Okay.
feel kind of Jewish.
Okay.
Hey man, like you could be like Canadian Jew, right? Because you were like Canadian.
Yeah, I'm Canadian, dude. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
see,
So,
you
I
see where
guess
the
that kind
correlation's
of makes
going?
me Jewish somehow.
Oh, God.
I
Okay. You're just a bad tipper.
don't know. Yeah, I'm cheap. Yeah.
Hey, so
Yeah.
okay, so you grew up in this neighborhood and they were rough. Just New York is rough all in
No,
general.
it wasn't
like
rough like that. It was rough like they were just really mean.
like bullying, just saying
Yeah,
crazy things.
like getting threatened to be beat up and stuff like that.
Really? A
Yeah,
girl?
Yeah.
What was it? Women or guys threatening
Girls.
you? Girls threatening
Yeah.
you? Was it like the pink ladies and the T-birds or something?
Nah, that would have been way
Were you
cooler.
already-
Damn, she's not
I
bad.
know. I had a little brother. I still have a little
So
brother.
you didn't have
Oh, okay,
nobody
thank God.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
said.
yeah,
I was like,
yeah.
oh,
wrestle
snap.
with. Nobody to wrestle with. Because all
Yeah.
it is just not being afraid of contact. With the
Nah,
next person.
yeah, no.
So what was it like getting bullied? Like, what did you do in those instances?
I honestly every
Yeah.
day went home and cried from 8th grade through the end of 11th grade, and then one day I woke up and I was like, "Fuck this, fuck these people. I'm gonna prove myself to myself, and I'm gonna go out there and do what I gotta do
You
to."
fought them?
What?
No, I didn't fight anybody.
She got in the ring and she said, "Whoa."
No,
Same
I just started focusing on myself, and like I was acting and singing since I was really small. And well, I'll give you an example. So we're going way back, but
Yeah, we're going back to the beginning.
we're going back to the beginning. So I'm in high school and I'm singing in a bunch of different vocal groups and whatnot. And we have the end of the year. We have this big thing: the sophomores versus the juniors versus the seniors, right?
Okay.
So these girls and I were the only two people that were going to sing for the seniors, and they were like, "Well, why don't we all just sing together? Because if we sing together, we get to all sing and we get to graduate, and there's no issue, no fight, no nothing. We don't have to audition. Everyone gets
Right,
we
the
all win."
diplomatic
Right.
choice there.
So these bitches basically didn't give me the music for the audition. And then like right up until the audition, I kept asking. And finally they thought I was going to bow out, and I didn't. I did the audition and I beat them.
Why?
So here's what happened. Their best friend was a junior. So they went to the senior rally, and when I sang, they booed me, and then they started cheering for their friend with all their friends. And they were seniors voting for a junior. That's the
High
kind of
school
bullshit.
sucks, bro. High school
Some
fucking
bullshit.
sucks.
Whoa, whoa.
Right?
High school was great.
Fuck high
Well,
school.
maybe
Fuck y'all story.
what was your life like then over there?
Yeah,
What was-
seriously,
everybody
high
high five,
school,
see
bro.
that?
Yeah,
He's prom king.
You guys know what that
Mr.
means?
Cool guy, dude.
You know what that means?
I was skipping school and smoking weed and just
Thank you.
fucking.
You know what that
stealing
means? That means
food.
that you
I was
fucking
in TV
peaked in high
production
school.
class.
Absolutely not. Life's been great since high school, too.
Oh, I had that class too. I had that class too. Yeah.
I just turned down a promotion with the Morgans. Okay, so
Wow.
on the way
Why?
here.
Yeah, Mr.
Why?
Damn, dude, is that, was that, hey, what was it? Was it? They looked at your resume and they're like, I see prom king here. Okay.
Absolutely. How do you think I got in?
Wait, let's look.
No, I definitely did not peak in high school.
Let's look at the prom
Isn't
king.
high school? So you guys are telling me high school wasn't full of fucking
High school was
abortion
fucking
scares?
no.
No.
Where did you go to?
Absolutely not. No.
He went to 90210.
That shit sounds horrible.
Not for me, dude. Shit.
No,
man.
not
Cole
for me.
Park High, baby.
Bro.
Cole
That was middle school.
Okay, now I'm just curious. I'm gonna go around the table now. Sergio, what was your high school experience like? Good or bad?
It was pretty neutral, man. To be honest with you, man,
He was high.
I just blended in. I
'Cause he
just
sold
was
a lot
just
of
like
weed.
there. Nah, I just bought weed, skipped school, and
God.
stole food.
That's
That
why you
was it.
skipped school. You don't know what school was like. What about you, Val?
I was in an environmental AP class.
Nice.
Magnet school,
Smart.
some shit like I don't even know. It was really neutral. I didn't go to prom. I didn't do
Me
But
anything.
you
neither.
got picked on?
No, I didn't get picked on. No, that happened to me before, but in high school, I was like, I did what you did in 11th grade. I was like,
Fuck
fuck
this
this
shit. Yeah.
Fuck this shit.
It's just a person.
Actually, I'm not gonna lie. I did kind of bully a kid for a little bit. Like, I'm not gonna lie. It was like the weirdest bullying. It was the weirdest bullying. Like I would just give him freestyle raps to sing because he was like a weird ass kid and he sounded funny. And I was just like, yo, say this. I'm gonna hit you with a jizz Uzi. I'll put you in a jizz jacuzzi or some shit like that. And he just sounded hilarious. Like
I bullied somebody in 3rd grade. It was this kid named Gene.
You bullied a boy?
Yeah,
I bullied a boy.
Yeah, and me and Frank Katrina would get his lunch
damn, you bullied a boy? Damn.
Oh no, we would get his lunch. He would give me his lunch.
This is a horrible.
You're supposed to bully family.
No, it was just funny.
That was a good burp. Shit.
It's a mystery person.
This is
You
my
should have left it like that
okay,
and
okay.
surprised everyone at the
Bro,
end.
I'm not plugged in again.
That was
Just
powerful.
saying.
No, that's fine.
I can't hear
Really?
shit
You can't
right
hear
now.
anything? It's sometimes the production in here. That was
hear
crappy.
us, though.
Nah, no, it
Definitely
isn't.
getting picked up.
Whatever.
I don't know. Hey, Walter, how the headphone situation goes? I don't know.
I hear it.
So I was holding camera. I didn't check
He's
that.
doing.
Yeah, he's doing
this
horrible.
is me.
But no emotion. What was your high school experience like?
Man, first of all, I was always scared that somebody
You
might have
hear?
my baby.
No.
Yeah, you getting laid a lot,
Back
bro.
on the big thing.
Shit,
Yeah,
man.
having sex in high school. There we go.
That's
All
the
right.
first
Yeah.
time I got
Yeah,
involved.
who's having sex in high school?
A lot of people were.
I know, but that's not only sex.
Restaurant, like,
And
all
some
my
of them
friends
were.
were saving up for sake of the Dreamcast,
Mhm.
and I was saving up for an abortion.
Just in case.
I had to get to work, but I was off the table and was like, "I'm gonna kill me, dog." I had to
He'd rather let her know.
I had to get to work, but I was off the table and was like, "I'm gonna kill me, dog." I had to
He'd rather let her know about the F of the report card.
The X on the report card was easy, man. Them shit, I just said that shit. Man, that was easy. I had a friend that had the same signature as my mom. That nigga was my best friend, dog. I was like, dude, you sound just like my mom, dog.
Can you
I'm
say
so
this?
happy. I'm so happy he'd be with my best friend forever, man. Saw my report card, my nigga.
That's fucking
You still
awesome.
got him
Sign my
He's like, yo, sign this check to me from my mom, man.
Right on, bro.
I couldn't do that.
$1,000.
No.
Oh man.
Acting like his credit card. I had a rich white friend. I said, "Where you get all this money from?" From my mom's credit card. That shit was real.
That's
I
terrible.
never heard no shit
That's
like that.
funny.
Oh,
I,
man.
I took $5 from my mom. We not gonna eat.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah. So when did you turn
Yeah,
white?
but it was the last one.
I never turned white. I've been a nigga my whole life.
That's not what you
man.
told me outside.
I told you I'm from Weston and I was raised how to talk to white people.
That's a different
I was
one.
raised how to communicate with white people, but I also be in the streets.
Okay.
The
But
streets.
in the
Streets?
I don't say streets. You
No,
see,
he
and I
didn't.
don't say fish. I say fish, not fishes.
Okay.
But
Or
Do you
I'm
say
gonna-
finna? Do you
I
say
just said
finna?
I
Gonna
don't
finna?
say
You don't say
fishes.
finna.
Do you say
I will
finna?
say finna.
Okay.
If somebody drank all my Arizona iced tea out the fridge, finna whoop somebody
All right,
ass
all
and
right.
drink all my iced tea
All
out
right,
the
that's
fridge.
fair.
What's another one?
But white people love to
Axe.
say that I'm not black though. Even though like I'm like
You said white people say that?
white people be like
Really?
you're black but not black.
That's what I said.
What do you mean?
That's what I said.
You're red. You're red.
No, I said he's.
He's red.
What?
Yeah.
No, dude, you're red.
Yo, you speak too good, man.
That's
Speak
what
too
I used to
good.
say in high
How
school.
did
You
you
used
lose
to say
total
red.
control of these guys?
I'm not red.
We was sometimes we slip him a little
White
bit of
people just
Ambien or
confused.
Xanax. or
Oh,
whatever.
that's a good idea.
Yeah. So I know that he has Mr. Prom King with it. Tiffany, what was your high school experience like? Really quick?
Mine was boring. Like sometimes I wish I had all these crazy stories that everybody has. I didn't go to prom. I didn't do any like.
It seems like a lot of people didn't go to prom.
I didn't do anything. I went to class and then I went home. I worked when I was 16 and
Nice.
What was your first job?
graduated, and I worked at. There's a
Prostitute.
pic. No.
no.
Believe me. I'll show you a picture of me in high school. And I wouldn't be a prostitute. I wouldn't make that much money.
Braces.
No, I did. There was this
That's
place called
like,
Sun
what
Surveys.
else
I would
was
call people and ask them like these political surveys and get hung up on. But it was making $7 an hour, and at 16, I thought I was
Balling.
Yeah. Did you babysit too? Because I did.
No, I don't have patience for other people's children.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
I
know
don't
I
either
couldn't.
eat them. Like a lion.
Eat them.
No, according to you in high school, you could have needed one.
Yeah. Yeah, instead of an abortion, you could have just ate the kid. That would have saved you a lot of money. Then you could have bought more weed.
Placentas are nutritious.
I heard.
I've seen
What
videos
Tim
like that.
said.
Yeah, dude.
So-
Christopher Reeves.
So,
He knows.
Stacy,
Yes, sir.
so New York. So you stayed out there pretty much throughout your high school life?
My whole
college?
life, I just moved down here. Well, I moved down here about 15 years ago.
Okay, so you spent a good while out there.
Yeah.
Okay,
story.
I don't know. I don't want to date you or anything. Here. You said like 15 years ago. All right, so it's been what is it, half or more?
Something like that.
right now?
Something like that.
Do you feel more like you're a Florida girl now?
Well, yeah, I definitely am. I don't like cold
Florida
weather.
girl.
I'll take sweating over.
Whoop,
I actually am a recovered drug addict, and I decided to turn
Whoa.
my addiction.
Oh, the
Okay,
phone dropped
you're
on
good.
this.
You're
This got
okay.
crazy.
It's all good.
Okay, so you recovered?
I recovered,
Oh,
and
there you
and I became a fitness and bikini model. So
That's
I did that
Wow.
for a while, and then I kind of felt like I wasn't really getting out of it what I wanted. I felt like it was
Yeah.
a little bit shallow, and I started doing beauty pageants instead, which is, I mean, I know that sounds
Yeah,
crazy.
This came
I
right
wanna
after.
do that.
Right
I wanna
after
do
all
that.
this.
You gotta put it up right.
Real quick before we
Yeah,
go. Isn't working out like the feeling after, like right when you're done doing some shit like running for mad stupid
That's cool.
long and you stop?
Thank you.
Doesn't it feel like a drug? That
Fuck yeah.
shit is fucking.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
It's
100%.
intense, man. It
100%.
definitely got me off of drugs a little bit until I got
little
back
bit.
on.
Weed's not a
Yeah,
drug.
yeah.
Just saying.
Nah,
Yeah, you know
nah,
what?
nah,
Not to get serious in
Real
the
drugs.
issue, but
Yeah.
what happened there? Was this in New York or
Yeah.
here in Miami?
No, I came down here to get clean. Believe it or not.
That is the wrong place to come to.
And
You
you
don't
know
come to
what?
South Florida to get
I
clean.
know.
That's backwards. This is where you
That's
come to
why
actually
Florida,
empty.
man. That's why Florida is known
It's
for
jacked up.
crazy
It
people.
is. It's jacked
Because
up.
the world
We all come here to get
America
sober.
is sending all of the addicts
Yeah.
here to Florida.
Yeah.
They're doing the
That
highs.
is
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
true.
yeah.
That is
Because I've done a
true.
lot of Florida man shit. I was driving around in the middle of the night, and I'm like, if I can stop right now, I am now Florida man February 17th. For sure.
Oh man. Yeah, no, well, so that happened in New York though?
Yeah, it's a long story, but I went down a really long, dark hole and got sucked into the world of cocaine and bartending and all this crazy
Shit,
cocaine,
again, like, you
strip
coming to
clubs.
South Florida, this
Say
sounds like a
cocaine and
very
sex in the same sentence.
That's
Don't
right.
disrespect
Yeah.
No,
the drug.
I wasn't done.
Don't disrespect the
I
drug.
wasn't done, and I said, and stripping and
See?
sex.
Wow.
The whole
Okay,
year.
so they were right with the whole
Strippers,
porn thing
and
now
then-
all of a sudden?
No, I didn't
I'm
say.
thinking porn
No.
and
I
everything
didn't
is
say
No,
anything
she
about
said stripping.
me. I said I was working in strip clubs and doing drugs and drinking and all that bullshit, and I finally decided to quit. And my parents were moving to Florida, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go. And I told my guy at the time, because we were both like almost dead. We're lucky we're not dead or in jail. And I said to my guy at the time, I go, look, I need to leave because I love you, but I love me more.
Craziest cocaine story.
And, hold on.
Oh yes,
And
yes.
one of us is gonna die, and it's not gonna fucking
Not
be
gonna be
me.
you, but what was
But
it?
guess what? 3 months later, he was dead.
Oh shit, necrophilia. Oh.
No, necrophilia. I was here. He was there.
He was in a heart attack. He had a heart attack.
He did.
Wow, so
Did
you
you
know
put
now
cocaine in your butt?
What?
no man
It's
this
amazing.
You put cocaine in your butt?
I've heard about that.
Wait. You put
But
cocaine
no.
in your asshole.
It's
Yup.
raw, just a
I haven't
little
done
bit.
it, but
What the fuck? You did it to yourself?
How? Could
you're
I
supposed to have someone else do
reach
it
around.
for you.
He had assistant.
You
Okay.
can't
Yeah,
put
you
them
go
all
to
So
the
you
party.
basically wait.
Your friends do it for
Hold
you.
on.
Drugs with dudes.
Hold on. All right.
You might
Hold on. I gotta
you
visualize.
might be gay.
You had a fucking hooker take a straw and blow a little bit of coke in your asshole.
How much sex did you have through the night, and how much cocaine? You don't know where you can leave.
you know, give us a wild story. Where do you see
Wow.
where did you
Have
see
any
yourself
nights.
saying, "Oh my God, this is too much for me"? What point did you get there?
Okay. This is fucking hardcore, you guys. Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
can
think we all love
All right.
You
hardcore
see my
here.
question? I didn't get
All
my
right.
question
Coke in the
answered.
butt.
All right,
Right.
so-
Yeah,
Straw. With a
Right.
straw. With a
Oh,
straw.
This
You
is
blow
close.
it in with a
This
Oh,
straw.
God.
is It's not the same, but it's close.
Give us a story.
Jelly.
So my guy and I are getting just fucked up to the point where the drug dealers basically. It's not the same, but it's close.
Give us a story.
Jelly.
So my guy and I are getting just fucked up to the point where the drug dealers basically coming to the house like Burger King, like delivery. You can have it your way kind of thing.
Right. Uber Eats and shit.
Uber Eats, yeah,
DoorDash.
way before that happened. Okay,
Right.
so
you had that online.
So
Wow.
long story very short, basically we got high and we ran out, and he was like sending me on a mission to pick up. And when I went to meet these guys, the dude tried to get me to sleep with him for more shit. And it was crazy too, because he's like, well, what do you need? And I told him what we needed, and all of a sudden he hits a button and the fucking whole dashboard rises up, and he reaches in on like hydraulics, no shit. He reaches in and pulls out this humongous bag.
Damn.
So he's like, "Oh, if you want more," and he like touched my leg. I was like, "Bro, get
He's-
the fuck
he-
off me!"
he
He's
is-
like, "No, don't Dana, no Dana, whatever."
Yeah.
So they,
He's done that before for sure.
I'm sure.
Of
And my
course.
guy was like a fucking murderer. So like, this is not the kind of thing you want to
Oh,
do to
wow.
his girl. Like, it's fucking crazy. I can't even believe this is my life, but I wrote a movie about it, and that'll
Right.
be done eventually.
Sure.
I'll probably shoot it in the next 5 years. But no, I'm dead serious.
No, I'm with you. I'm with you.
But so anyway, I told my guy, and him and his friends decided they were gonna.
Sounds like masturbate.
No. They
Jack off.
planned to pick up, and they met him, and they took all his shit.
Cheers.
And we went back to our friend's house. Salute. We went back to our friend's house and fucking smoked enough crack to probably kill a horse.
God damn.
Crack?
Well, when you
You
cook
smoke crack?
freebase, when you cook cocaine, it becomes freebase. It's the
Yeah.
same fucking thing as
dude.
crack.
Yeah.
Damn,
Girl, let me just say that I am a fucking chemist, okay?
Oh,
I am a chemist.
dude.
She saw Breaking Bad.
No,
related
way
things.
before Breaking Bad.
The
Way
original
before all
Breaking
that.
Bad.
You are not
Fuck.
kidding.
Oh,
So wait, you ready for the good shit? He's waiting. He's
I
waiting.
know.
We got so fucked up, like
And
so
they don't
fucked
talk
up
about
that
sex.
like
Not
I almost fucking OD'd. I'm in the shower,
Whoa,
fucking
whoa,
boom.
whoa.
They take me out of the shower, wrap me in the shower curtain, put me in the bed, and shove a bunch of Xanax down my throat. 'Cause I thought I was gonna die and they didn't wanna call
Whoa,
911.
whoa.
What?
Got real.
That's real.
There
And
you
that
go.
helped you?
Yeah.
So
I was like,
for-
I can't fucking do it
So
anymore.
for too much
I can't
drugs,
fucking
they
do
give
it
you more
anymore.
drugs.
Yeah,
That's
that was
Yeah.
one of
the
mine.
story,
Wait,
right?
hold on. So why
Yeah.
did they put the like?
Because
Is
my
that
heart was fucking racing.
Oh, so they,
fucking
like,
trying
brought it down.
Yeah.
okay? I thought they were
I-
trying to stage that you OD.
No.
Are they just trying to stage that?
No,
Oh,
I didn't OD.
shit.
I almost
Almost,
passed out.
right.
I didn't. Thank God. But I was like fucking like I was all whacked out.
Did your nose ever bleed
So-
from like doing too much blow?
I don't have a nose anymore. I can put my pinky through and
No,
Oh.
Let me see that.
I don't, you know.
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Ah!
I can't do it. I
It.
can't do it.
Oh, the phone got on this whole shit.
but may I say that I am now 15 years clean.
Hey.
Nigga put his nose.
That's I think, you know what? A cashew. I can put a cashew in fucking there. That would work out.
Yeah, but
Oh my
there's patients that have holes on the roof of their mouth
From that,
cocaine
from
use.
that, sure.
Cocaine could cause holes in
Yes.
the roof of your
A
mouth.
hole so that when you drink, it goes through your nose and everything.
This is all connected.
Crazy.
This is
That's
all
efficient
connected.
though. That's
That's
like
crazy,
that's
man.
like
It's
efficient
crazy.
though.
Well, I'm glad that
So-
you're off that.
Thank
Hell
you.
yeah,
Oh my god.
So you don't do
Thank you.
you don't do nothing at all. No
Smoke
weed.
weed. That's it.
Alcohol,
We
no
smoke
alcohol.
No alcohol. 15 years.
Okay.
No,
So,
no
but
coke,
weed-
no
You left
hour.
both of them?
Hell yeah.
So you left both of them?
What?
The cocaine and the weed at the same time?
Alcohol, babe.
No.
I'm sorry,
Alcohol.
cocaine and alcohol. Yeah.
What?
It made
Wow.
me down to Florida, fucking shaking. Free. Actually, that's not 100% true.
I
I
feel like
drank when I
doing
got
coke
here, but then I had a relapse. But then I quit everything again when I started fitness
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I this is crazy too. I got diagnosed with cancer, and I didn't have it.
What?
Yeah.
What kind of cancer
That
did
must have
got
been
the wrong-
what was that
the
like?
It was
wrong
like
file or
they weren't
something?
sure. They thought it might have been ovarian or well. Here's where your story comes in. I was pregnant, but it was an ectopic pregnancy.
What's an ectopic
that?
pregnancy?
You're doing too much science stuff right now.
I know. I'm all about science.
That's the topic. And when does he? When
Or
do
it
you
was
become a
outside. It was
comedian?
outside the fallopian tube. What's that?
When do you become a comedian after all of
I
that?
know.
Wait, this is fascinating.
I know.
After the ectoplasmic.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm ready to write
I
your
actually-
white
She had a spirit.
I always wanted to be a comedian, but I was too scared to do it. I've been a professional singer since I was like 16, 17.
Oh, okay. So you know, I guess since he mentioned it, how did you go into entertainment then? Because I know I've seen your profile. I saw you're not just a comedian; you're an entertainer overall. You do sing, production, yeah, company. We even before coming in, you were, yeah, she does a bunch of things that I've
I'll sing for
learned
you guys if you want.
as we drew closer to
Yes.
the show. I was doing a little research about you, and you have like you're multifaceted with like a lot of stuff going on. But yeah, start that. Where did it all begin for you?
Believe it or not, Andrew Dice Clay. I was a huge Andrew Dice Clay fan when I was a kid. And when I was like 14, 15 years old, I just aged myself. My grandmother and my mom would fucking be like, hey, we're at a family party. My parents, my dad was like totally against it, but my mom and grandma would be like, yo, do Dice. And they'd make me stand up in front of the whole family and recite Andrew Dice Clay. Hickory dickory dock. This bitch was sucking my cock. You know what I'm saying? My whole family. And my mom's hysterical laughing. My dad's like, stop it! No man's ever gonna love you if you say fuck 17 times. So crazy.
My daughter did that.
So yeah, so it was.
So they had you do a bunch of Andrew Dice Clay performances.
Oh, that didn't work. Yeah, I'm gonna scoot over a little bit. So
yeah, if you want. I mean, it's all right. I mean,
holy chaired. Oh no, I can't. My mic now. My mic.
Yeah. I mean,
I'm struggling over here. There we go.
If we could get her fixed, yeah.
Now we're good. We're good. I'm self-sufficient.
So you started off doing Andrew Dice Clay.
Yeah, like I was just doing that with the family and stuff. And I always loved comedy, but I was basically a professional singer for many years, and I had to do a little bit of talking and comedy. And believe it or not, I was very shy when I was a kid. Kind of broke out of my shell. But I say long story short way too much.
That's all right. You can long story it some. I mean, we have a podcast going here.
That's true. We could do this all night.
Yeah.
So I moved down here, got clean, and I became a fitness instructor, and I certified and trained other fitness instructors for a company called World Fitness Association in Fort Lauderdale.
How did you get into fitness though? How did you go from
when I quit drugs
to fitness?
I decided that's what I wanted to do. I was like, I don't care if I have to clean toilets. I'm going to work in a gym. Period.
Was that your way to kind of kick out the?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I started working at LA Fitness for like fucking $12 an hour, and it was crazy. It was crazy. I worked my way up to management, and I was one of the first females to be promoted within a year to a general manager position.
And you don't even have prom queen on your resume either.
I know. But then I went on Fear Factor, and I got
Wait a minute.
Job.
What?
You were on Fear Factor.
Oh my God! You saw Joe Rogan?
I didn't see Joe Rogan. I had a fight with Joe Rogan, and Joe, if you're listening,
go back.
Fuck you.
Oh, right.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, man. I want to fucking start
From our guest at the Everyman podcast show.
Fucking Twitter war.
So wait a minute. What did
You're
Fear Factor.
That's our God.
What was your experience?
This is blasphemy right now.
It was awesome. It was totally awesome.
Did you go on the TV show?
Did you eat the goat? Did you eat the goat dick?
I ate the goat.
You ate the goat dick?
This is in 2006.
Oh shit!
No goat dick.
Oh, okay.
They changed the premise of the show.
Shut
I was on the show for couples, and it was Psycho Fear Factor, so it was 3 episodes. And I had to get buried alive in a coffin with rats and worms.
Oh, really did
shit! What about
cockroaches? Under the ground, not cockroaches, worms. They dropped the coffin 6 feet under and put 2,000 pounds of dirt over us.
Oh.
And the guys had to dig the girls out, and it was like a race against another couple.
Oh shit!
So wait a minute.
What the
worms and the rats were
In the coffin with me.
Yeah, no, I would have said.
Did you have something on your ears? So they didn't crawl on your ears and stuff?
We had I think we had like.
What about your mouth?
I think we had nose plugs and earplugs.
What about your mouth?
Oh.
And they drop it right over your whole face, so you just kind of go like that. And,
You have goggles, I'm assuming.
No goggles.
That's not bad.
No goggles.
Okay, I don't care about worms and mice, but cockroaches would
No, rats.
We had cockroaches later.
Oh,
You said rats?
I did say
you
rats.
said rats.
rats is okay.
Did they
I can
change
deal
it?
with that.
They were
I can deal with that.
You can deal with that?
Yeah, I can deal with that. I'm good.
Have you
A
ever
little
seen a
bit.
rat try to escape something? They claw
And
through
I had
anything.
literally like just gotten my
That
period,
is-
so I was freaking out because I thought they were going to try to crawl up my coochie.
Oh, wait a minute. But wait, when they do these Fear
worms?
Factor things, do they ever tell you, hey,
If you want out, yeah, of course.
do they warn you about
They give
anything
you-
there
they give
before
you a-
that?
Probably
They
have to
tell you-
sign like a waiver.
You do, and then they give you a signal. Everything is tested and safety, like safety tested. So if there's an
Yeah.
emergency, they can get you out.
Right.
So there's like trapdoors and.
Are
all
these
kinds of-
clean rats, or they just find them out the sewers and
I'm
just
sure
throw them?
No,
I would
they're-
assume they're
they're
trained
definitely,
clean
yeah.
rats.
Like, you know what I
And the
mean?
truth
Like,
is-
how do you get these rats?
High class
They
rats.
just
They
smell
all
me,
show up
like,
with little
sniff my
suits
face,
on.
and then just
Like,
kinda walk around, so it was no big deal, you know.
Oh,
And I love animals.
I was prompting.
Subway rats.
God. Were you scared?
No, I was.
No?
I would actually, if you read the article that they wrote about me, it says that I was in a meditative Zen-like state while I was in there,
Yeah, no.
and that it was kind of weird because all the other girls were screaming and freaking out.
Right. That would
So
have been.
there was no moment in Fear Factor where you were like, yo, no.
Well, what happened was there were 3 couples that won, each heat was a couple versus couple, so 3 couples
Sure.
won, 3 couples lost, and then they had to vote us off like Survivor.
Oh shit. Yeah.
So we all lived in the Psycho House, the Norman Bates, the Bates Motel. Yeah, on Universal in California.
Wow.
Yeah.
And then they walked us in and they were like, okay, so tonight you guys are all going to be staying at the Bates Motel, and there were 5 beds and 6 couples, and there were cockroaches.
Oh, no.
Dirty, and
Oh,
Not
wow.
cockroaches.
blankets and sheets were
They
dirty.
did that on purpose?
Yeah,
For what?
for the show, and we were
Right.
surveillance
All right.
24/7.
Okay, so that was a part of the show. It
Yeah.
wasn't like, hey, you're gonna sleep in this till we
No.
actually take you out.
But
No.
how long did you stay there for?
It would have been 10 days, but we got eliminated first.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Shit.
So how many days did you do?
Like 3.
Like 3. Still, that's
Yeah.
still goddamn, man. 3.
And we had to shower like in a trailer, so we had to wear like a wire and be like,
Ew,
this is
no.
Stacy, can I use the restroom, please? And someone would
Oh,
come in and
shit,
get us
man.
and take us to the bathroom. We couldn't go pee or poop.
Yo,
or
that
shower
kind
or
of sounds
anything
like
by
it
ourselves.
sucks.
Oh my God,
honestly.
it did.
That sounds
Or
like
a jail.
Yeah, that's
Right?
like some fucking Nazi Germany
Well,
shit.
then when they
like-
drove us to the stunts, they blindfolded us and shit and separated us so we couldn't talk to our partners, and they mind fuck you big time. It was
Damn.
crazy.
That is crazy.
And then
Yeah,
you want to hear about
great.
the argument with Joe, right?
Yes, explain
Okay.
the argument with Joe.
Okay, so
Oh,
I'm in the
snap.
coffin and they drop me under, and I tell my boyfriend, I'm like, look, the coffins, one opens this way, one opens this way. They're facing each other. Ours goes this way, so shovel all the dirt to one side, knock, and I'll know, and then I can use my legs because I have really strong legs to kick the fucking top of the coffin out, and I can
Right.
get out faster. You don't have to like hoist me up.
Right.
So he screwed up and he didn't do the dirt the right way, and the other couple beat us, and we all finally, and he's like, come on, you can do it. Joe's like cheering him on and whatever, and then the girl found, after they got out of the coffin, they had like a pile of worms and dirt the girl had to go through to find the key.
Yeah.
So she found the key, and that was the end of the stunt.
Sure.
And then they had to pull me out, the whole 9 yards. So we have to wear like matching clothes and all that nonsense. So I'm wearing like this little half shirt, and it's got a pocket. And when I came out, there were like worms in the pocket. So Joe's talking to me, and he's like, you seem very calm in there. I was like, yeah, but oh look, there's worm, whatever. And he's like, that was a great catch.
Good
he
shit.
was like, cut,
Hell
cut,
yeah.
Without any water.
production.
Seriously, but that's
And I was like, cut.
Good shit.
What?
Did you
What?
saw the
Yeah.
Spider-Man shit?
He's
Because-
like, cut production. And he goes, excuse me, would you like to host the show? I was like, as a matter of fact, I would fucking love to host
wait,
Fear
because you
Factor.
took out worms?
No, because I kept talking.
While he was.
Oh.
Oh.
He wanted to talk, and I kept talking. I wouldn't shut up. So he was like,
Oh, okay.
Oh my
he's an
God.
asshole.
Oh, you're big time.
No,
dude.
absolutely not. I had a dude talking last night on stage, and I told the guy, "Yo, do you?" He said, "Oh, can you do this?" And I was like, "Can you shut the fuck up and
Yeah,
let me
yeah.
finish my set?"
Right.
Like I literally told him
that's,
just like
well,
that.
but you're a comedian doing a set. That's a different
Right, right,
thing.
right,
Being
right, right.
disrespectful.
Right.
I don't know
I
that
get,
I
I
was-
get it. I get it. He's being
So
a
what
host.
did you say to
He's
him
being a
afterwards?
It's a tough one.
Asked-
It's really
I-
hard.
I said,
actually.
yeah, I want to fucking host Fear
Like
Factor.
this?
Of course, I would
And what
love
was
to.
his
He
reaction?
walked away, fucking stormed off. Whatever.
Oh my God.
That was that.
Oh,
Yeah, there.
You're good.
Joe
you're good.
Rogan is a diva, guys.
You know,
Yeah,
Joe Rogan.
maybe not.
Stacey Steele says it.
Yeah, we need to start a Twitter war with Joe Rogan. Oh my God.
Listen, man, Joe Rogan, I've seen him before.
His
and he
podcast
just
is
strikes.
fucking awesome, though. Sorry.
It is. Trust
Hey,
me.
hey,
Everyone knows
Joe,
you
man,
love it.
I still love you, bro.
He's not here.
I know.
He's not listening.
He's not listening.
Trust
I
me.
know.
You're
But
safe.
still, I'm just throwing it out to the universe. You know,
Okay, throw it out there. Yo, what's up?
throwing out actually to the Joe verse, dude.
Do we have a time?
We're living in his universe.
No,
Okay.
we're
just jiving.
Yeah, we'll get it. We'll get there
All
at
right.
some point.
All
I know
right.
when I get it.
All
I
right.
love that you said jiving.
Thank you.
Um,
Now I'm really old.
yeah, she's slowly but surely, quietly, without
She's
noticing.
dating herself.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
dating
whatever,
herself.
man. It's all
Okay.
good.
But you said you got into singing first, right?
I did when I was really young.
What brought you to singing first?
I started taking piano lessons when I was 5,
Mm-hmm.
and I liked it, but my piano teacher was really hard. She liked my brother, and she liked all her other students because, well, not to sound racist, but they were all Asian, and they're all playing Beethoven and Bach and all this shit. And I'm writing music and bringing my piano teacher music that I wrote, and she's like slapping me with a ruler. Go play the.
She wants you to play what she
She
has.
gave me, right?
Yeah.
Right. So I was like, I really want to sing. I told my parents I was going to be a famous singer. And my parents were like, well, let's just stick to the piano for now, yada, yada. When I was 14, they finally said I could have singing lessons as long as I kept taking piano
After
lessons.
9 years of piano?
But they kept me in piano too.
Wow.
And then I eventually quit piano. I can still play, but
So you did the singing. You went into singing courses, and then from there, what happened?
a little bit. And then I sang in chorus, and I did shows in theater, and I tried out for off Broadway shit, the whole nine.
Okay, so you did more of the theatrical version of singing
Some.
versus like getting
Well,
into
no,
having a
no,
pop career. You
no,
didn't try to
but-
do the pop career?
Well, later I did, and I had a producer, and I wrote my own music, and The whole. I mean, I
Did you go under Stacy Steele at the time?
Actually, no. That's that's
What was
another
your artist
story. I was Stacey Evans at the time.
Stacey Evans?
Because my husband's name was Evan, and when we separated, I started dating a guy named Evan. So there were two Evans. I figured let's just go with that.
So you just went with Stacey Evans?
and I hated it. I
Oh,
hated
really?
it, yeah.
But you chose it.
Yeah, it wasn't. It was wrong.
Like a fucking.
But I also did weddings and bar mitzvahs and all that bullshit for many
So
years.
you did some gigs. You had gigs a little bit.
And
Did
I
you
still
ever
do. I have my own one-woman show, Stacey Steele Live, where I sing for an hour and do like some jokes and whatnot in between. And
Oh, really?
I entertain seniors.
Oh.
I know. Oh my God, I got a marriage proposal the other day. No, I take it back. I take it back. It was, do you want to go steady? From a man that's 100 years old.
What did you say?
You know what that's what he said.
For a few more years.
Yeah, that's what he said. He goes, you want to go steady? Because in about a year, you're going to be a very rich widow.
What?
Yeah, yo.
Yo, listen,
yeah.
Shit. Well,
And Nicole Smith, dude.
I
And
said
Nicole
yes.
Smith.
I said yes, of
Every
course. But
time,
here's
every
my
time he play
problem.
with his balls, he's gonna get insecure after like 5 minutes.
Right.
He's like,
What's his
"Alright,
eyesight like?
It's fine.
His eyesight's fine?
It seemed like it.
It seems like, I was going to say, what if one of us like going with her hairdo
And just
and we all just go over there
Hey,
and
what's up,
rotate the
baby?
shit for like a year and we just
we
entertain
split
this
it.
guy till we all make money?
Yeah.
And it's like
Oh,
the
that's
ultimate
good.
scheme. It's like robbing a bank, but you know,
But not.
just tickling an old man's balls for the next 12 months
Well,
until we're paid.
I don't know, man.
Her face.
Just think
I don't
about it,
have- I
people.
don't have good memories of the when my grandmother was in those places and I would walk through.
I'm not talking about a nursing home.
Yeah, okay.
I'm
I
talking
was
about
in-
like an apartment complex where seniors live.
Oh,
See,
okay, that's
yeah.
where I grew
Independent
up.
living.
I grew up.
Really?
Shit.
Yeah.
And they still take care of themselves and
Yeah.
everything?
Yeah,
Like,
I
hey.
can wipe my own ass.
Really?
Yeah.
At 100, this dude could still wipe his own ass?
Well, he's got an attendee that.
Okay,
that
so
helps
you
him,
think
but-
that way helps someone
no,
his ass?
she helps him like with his,
he has a bidet.
he probably does.
He holds his hand while he wipes
No,
his
man,
ass.
he can stand up and sit down and do like a lot of things.
Yo, man,
like,
stop picking on Ronnie, bro.
that's true.
Oh, no, who?
So you told him no or yes?
I didn't really answer. I just said he was going to be my boyfriend, and he said he would take over my BMW payments. So that was
What?
kind of cool. He was not. Yeah.
Did
I
he
mean,
forget it the next day?
No, I didn't really keep up on
Oh.
it.
But it's so you
Here's
know
my
that
problem,
BMW
guys.
payment's coming up on the 18th.
My
you
problem.
know?
I don't have a BMW, but my problem is I used to. My problem is that I'm a millennial magnet.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did you just call yourself a millennial magnet?
I am.
That's the new version of
What?
Cougar.
What does that mean?
That's the new version of
What?
Cougar.
What does that mean?
Yeah, just say you're a cougar.
I'm not a cougar. I'm not old enough to be a cougar.
Hell yeah, you want me to set up your TikTok? And let me
I already
fuck?
did.
So how are you a
I got
millennial
TikTok.
magnet? What attracts you with the millennial?
Set your
They,
TikTok up and fuck you
I
all night.
attract thank you.
What?
I attract them.
Oh, you attract them.
Yeah, like
Well,
flies,
like what?
flies on shit,
Yeah.
man.
What do you do? Do you
I don't
date
do
them?
anything.
Flies
Do
on
I date
shit.
them? I do.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
What's that like?
It's fucking awesome.
Really? I find it
Yes.
annoying as shit to have a conversation.
Okay, look, we're talking opposite. When you're
With them.
dating a
What-
22-year-old girl, that's a hell of a lot different
So,
than
hey.
dating a 26-year-old man.
Facts, but hey,
Yeah.
do you like teaching little boys how to eat pussy?
I don't need to
correctly?
teach nobody nothing.
Yeah.
'Cause I
They
don't
must be
know.
inexperienced.
Mm-mm.
What?
Oh, wow,
Where
they
are you
Google
finding
shit
these
now.
people on fucking
That's what it
Tinder
is, they
Platinum?
I don't do fucking Tinder. I don't
Tinder
need to.
platinum.
Yeah, that's what happens when you have a vagina. You don't need Tinder.
That is not
Bumble
true.
That's
or
not
Yeah,
true.
I
you
know
don't need
because I'm a
none of that.
comedian. All bullshit aside, I'm a comedian. I meet people every day. You know what I mean? Like
Oh,
people come
yeah.
up to me,
Same.
and if a guy's got balls enough to come up and ask me out, I'm like, yeah, man, shit, let's go out.
Do they ever come up and be like straightforward? Oh, would
Yeah.
you fuck a guy that comes up and says straightforward, like, yo, man, I really want to fuck?
Yeah, that's not really
Depends
my
the
MO.
day.
Oh, man, so he has to lie?
No, he doesn't have to lie. I mean, I know that all guys' MO is to eventually fuck.
Of course.
Probably
But
that
so
night.
the
preferably.
Yeah, I mean, millennials are pretty quick about their shit.
No,
Yeah.
they're
have
not.
a
They
short
also
time.
think that they need to lie.
It depends. Everybody's a little bit different, you know?
This is true, man. I don't
Fair.
understand.
I don't know, man, but
Uh,
millennials, I feel like they're from
Oh,
time to
well,
have
I
a
was like,
short
where did that
attention.
come from?
It-
For real,
it's
I'm
just
feeling like
mystery
Netflix. I
Well,
feel like
but-
Netflix is like, yo, let's fuck now.
Yeah.
But what's a
Like-
millennial, though? Really? Like, I don't
Under
even know.
30, under
What?
30.
Under 30 years old,
Yeah.
you're a millennial, really?
Yeah. And let's get real for a second.
Meaning
I'm
I'm a
46.
millennial.
Okay.
I'm under 30.
yeah.
My rule,
Yeah, no
John, you prefer
Yeah, that's what I
My
like.
rule, John, is that if your mom is younger than me, I can't fuck you.
Man, I don't know about
Okay.
Damn.
Yeah. I mean, that's a solid rule. Shit.
Yeah.
What's the rule for guys? It's twice.
It's, mine is 2. Damn, I like
No,
that. I
it's
mean,
half
that's
your
old.
age
Mine is 7.
Plus 2, plus
what?
7.
What
No,
happens
minus.
if you're older than
No,
your
because
mom?
If you're older
I mean,
than
plus
your
7,
You're
plus
a
7, plus
fucking
7. Plus
then you're really
What
fucking
the
high.
fuck?
So
You can't be
14
older.
plus
No,
7,
man, it's
21.
possible.
You're good.
The
You're
youngest I
older than
know
your
is
mom,
21.
the guy.
You're chilling, dude.
Yeah, the
You're
guy.
old. No, what?
Yeah, if you're older than your mom.
He's high.
What?
Why you guys guys?
You're older
Because it
than
doesn't
your
make any
mom?
sense.
You mean your
What
stepmom?
happens
You're
if
watching
not?
too much fucking porn, bro.
That's normal.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
me
it,
too.
dude.
Let's
Yeah,
talk.
older
Let's
than
talk
your
real
mom.
talk right now.
That's no big deal, dude. I know. I get it. I get it, dude.
You know
I
what?
get
I'm
it,
curious.
dude.
Val,
I won't even try to explain
have
that.
you dated millennial men? Obviously.
How old is millennial?
Under
They're
30.
30.
Yeah, right?
Well, there's some that I think up to 33
No,
or
not
35.
really.
something.
Not yet.
18.
You like dating older guys?
Hey,
Well, right now I'm not dating anyone.
Yeah.
But when it comes
good
to your
girl.
guy,
It depends. Like I thought. I mean, like it's nice to have someone older, but it's nice to have someone younger. It just depends who it is.
Yeah.
Depends the connection. Depends who you are.
I'm actually dating a 26-year-old who's like a 50-year-old. Yeah.
really?
That's
He's
hot.
an old soul.
He's an old soul, and he doesn't fucking send emojis, and he doesn't really do like the Facebook, Instagram thing, and you know.
how does he
Really?
say let's?
You're dating a killer. That's what you're dating. You're dating a fucking serial killer.
Again?
How
Yeah,
do
yeah,
normal,
for
how do
sure.
normal
Again.
older people say let's meet up and say hang out and then possibly have sex?
You want to go out?
They call.
Yeah, that.
You
They
wanna
don't
go out
text.
where?
Hey,
Where
let's
you
meet
go?
up.
They
Are you
feed
the old-fashioned
first?
type?
Sometimes, but it depends on the situation. Like this one dude came up to me at a show a few months ago, and he's like, "Stace, you're single. I'm single. Why don't you give me your digits and let me take you out sometime?"
Mm.
And I was like, oh, "Okay, this
Did you
guy's
guys have sex?
hold on." I'm like, "This guy's brazen enough to fucking ask me out." I'm like, "Yeah, let's go talk outside." So we go outside to talk, and he's a good-looking dude. We're vibing a little bit,
Ooh.
and I'm like, all right, what's going on? I'm like, why don't we hang out like Thursday? And he goes, I can't. I gotta write a paper.
So it means you want to fuck him.
So he asked you out, and he's
Damn
gonna
it,
tell you gotta
why?
write papers.
I didn't
I
fuck
feel
him.
like no conversation that I've asked about where we lead to some woman being penetrated, it's which woman month.
Well, you didn't
And
ask
then
about.
there should be a woman
You're
that gets
asking about the wrong
penetrated.
situations. I didn't say I wasn't
You're
getting
right.
penetrated.
I'm sorry.
I
I
just
didn't-
That guy.
situation.
With that guy, you're right.
Exactly.
You're right.
Right.
That guy
What-
was
He was 23.
What type
No,
of guys
you're
are
right.
you
You're too
attracted
young.
to? Is it the more assertive type, or is it
Okay.
the more bashful type? Because
No,
millennials to me
bashful,
aren't assertive
nothing.
for shit.
No, assertive, definitely.
Maybe online.
No, not online.
Make an
I don't do
exclamation
the whole
point.
online shit.
That's okay. So you're more
I'm
old
talking
fashioned.
about like I meet somebody in person and
Right.
we vibe and we hang out, and if it
Mm.
So do
works,
you like
it
the
works.
assertiveness?
Yes.
Yeah. You
I'm
like
from
the
New
man-
York. Yes.
Yeah. Women from Northeast are so like.
Hard.
Yeah, they are. Damn it, man. You can't deal with them like sometimes.
A
Not in
lot.
my
Well, that's true. I mean,
Not in my opinion. I
listen,
can't.
I've been married 2.5 times.
Assertive.
I just got out of a 5-year
What does that mean?
relationship.
2.5 times.
You already heard the story. The half is the guy that died.
Oh, okay.
Because I was actually
Ass
with
urgent,
him
dude.
when I was married
Ass-
to my
ass hurting.
first husband.
That's hurting.
That's crazy.
Assertive.
Yeah.
I'm asserting,
You're
dude.
with
I'm
that guy,
asserting
dude.
myself,
Oh, you
dude.
right.
No, my first husband and I were
I'ma
getting
assert you,
divorced,
bitch.
and this guy and I were together, and I was living with him, and
You're
you know,
about to
I
be
thought I was going to
assertive.
marry him, and I was still married to my first husband.
Right.
And then we got into the whole drug thing, and then I left, and he
Yeah,
died, so it
okay.
didn't work out.
Clearly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It didn't work out.
That's the one way that it cannot work out.
All right.
That's it.
So you've been married before. What's your
Twice.
opinion with marriage?
I think I'm done with marriage unless it's exactly the right situation.
Yeah.
You never know. I never say never. I'm open to different things.
What were your experiences like before that
In
in marriage? I mean, was it,
Well-
did it suck? I mean, obviously you're divorced. I mean, it
You
wasn't
have
like they were
sex
like,
more-
yeah, it was so great, I had to
you have
leave.
sex more times in the light or in the dark?
then in the dark,
Marriage.
the first time,
Marriage was
the
dark?
second time, the second marriage was light.
All the time,
Oh,
most
light.
times was in the
Nice.
sunlight, in the daytime.
Not in the
No,
daytime
in light,
necessarily,
just
in
light
light.
in
Yeah,
general.
and
But
now
the first
always
one was
light,
dark.
always fucking light now.
Of course.
Yeah.
The fuck is
That's
up with
because
this
I
dark
finally,
sex, right?
well, because I finally love myself.
Yes, it's
Oh,
usually
beautiful.
It takes a long time sometimes for women to love themselves.
hell yeah, or a nigga that don't care and put on his light on his phone.
Or maybe he just wants to see. No, I'm with you. I'm with you because a lot of times, like the guy put he wants to see what's going on, but women get all fucking carried away with that. Like he's looking at my belly, he's looking at my thighs, my cellulite. No, he's not. He's looking at your tits and your pussy.
Yeah, that's what we stare
No,
at.
and if he's on
Women get all fucking carried away with that. Like
Yeah.
he's looking at my belly, he's looking at my thighs, my cellulite. No, he's not. He's looking at your tits and your pussy.
Yeah, that's what we stare
no,
at.
and if he's on that first nut, he really cares about you.
Right.
Because if it's that second or third,
He's flipping you over.
he
Put your
might
face
be
in the pillow.
thinking about his third girlfriend.
All right. Well, the truth comes out.
Yeah, right?
Everyman show, huh?
Yeah. So you're more like an insecure type? Are you insecure
I
about
was.
yourself? Really?
I still.
Well, I mean, you got bullied
I
most
still.
of your life.
I
right?
mean, yeah. Well, not most of my life, but for a long time until.
Well, in your earlier years.
Yeah, until I decided to not care anymore and just kind of,
Right.
not per se, because I did have a good family life growing up, but I think it's something that was kind of built in because my mom said when I was a kid, I used to bring it on myself a lot. And I think a lot of people do that, point out our faults to other
Yeah.
people,
Oh yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Your parents are good at that too.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Right?
I had my parents came to one of my comedy shows. I think it was the first time I was featuring. And after the show, they came out and I go, so what'd you guys think? And my dad goes, you were like mediocre at best.
Damn.
That's
Man,
fucking
love
harsh,
that.
man, right?
Love you too, Dad.
No, I
got we
fucking
did this on my
cried.
birthday.
For like 2 days, and then he finally apologized, and he's like, "I didn't mean it like that." I'm like, "Oh no, you did. That's okay. I'm gonna."
Yeah.
But now I got more material, man. I can write more shit because you gave me some heartache.
I can write
Yeah,
about
Right?
that.
I write
yeah,
comedians.
yo.
You can write
Tell
more
that.
when you're.
But did it
fucking-
hurt when you said it at the
Oh,
time?
it
It must have
hurt.
cut deep.
It hurt, and then my mom chimes in with the whole. My mom's like my fashion.
You were
advisor.
great, sweetie.
No, I don't get that. My mom's like, I don't know. Maybe next time you should rethink your outfit.
Oh
Whoa.
shit.
Oh.
Man, damn, man, you got it from both
I
angles.
got
yo.
Jewish parents, bro. What do you expect?
Damn,
I love
that's
them.
crazy.
I love them. They fucking saved my life, and I put them through some shit. And I would, if I had to do it all over again, I'd do the exact same thing. But if I could take away the pain I caused my parents,
What's that like growing up in a Jewish household? Is it they're
How
very they
Food.
have embarrassing or
Food.
A
something.
lot of money?
food. I didn't grow up with a ton of money. Like we were like comfortable. you
Right,
know?
right,
And then
right,
we
right.
moved
Nothing
when-
over
Were
the
you
top.
were you like Orthodox though?
No.
Like you couldn't.
Do I
you know,
smell?
No, I don't know.
No.
You know, because like
No.
there's this neighborhood where I used to
No.
walk on Saturdays
Yeah,
sometimes,
they, go
and
to,
like
they walk to shul.
no, they would like ask me to go in their house and turn their lights on
That's
and
the
shit.
Shabbos goy.
They'd be like, "Hey,
What the
you're
fuck?
not
You can't
Jewish,
turn on the
right?
lights,
You're a
right?
Gentile. Turn our fucking
That's right.
electronics
I hope
on."
that
That's right.
hotel
You
like
fucking
that, well,
pauper.
Wait, explain this. What
It's
what
called a
is
Shabbos goy because when you celebrate Shabbos, you can't turn on lights or open or you drive a car. No,
Anything
Use electronics.
So you
Can't
basically
use
need
you go by
somebody
the
to-
Amish
technology.
status?
So,
Kind
but if it's someone who's not Jewish turns it on for you, then it's okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so
You can watch your
you
TV
see
if can you turn that to Sports
Right.
Center for me, dude?
Oh my God.
I mean,
Yo,
we're all
I
fucking
want to live near
hypocrites.
Jewish
Hey,
people. I'll be like,
2
look,
points if
pay
it's a
me,
different religion.
pay me for the month, and I'll turn on all your
Like,
lights.
it's a 2 points if you
Can I
get
get one
a
of
different religion to do
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Religion that you
So if you get an Islamic person to do it for you, dude, you
What?
just like
Bro,
God loves you, dude.
God,
What do you want?
you're in there, bro. You got the point.
Pass the pen.
What-
Wow,
who's
that's
that?
crazy. I've never heard of such a thing. I didn't know that was a thing.
That's a
Did
thing, bruh.
you know people like that? Did you have to
of
turn off the
course,
lights?
Of course.
Wow, were you able to do it?
No.
No,
No.
I can't do it, man. What if someone did it and nobody was looking?
I mean, we didn't practice. We weren't Orthodox, so I didn't practice like that.
Oh man, so like I imagine I know a couple Jewish people and they're very vocal and very straightforward with their opinions and their thoughts. Was it like that for you growing up? It sounds like
What
it,
the
'cause
fuck do
your
you
mom-
think?
Yeah. was
Have you spoken to me for
everybody
the
in the
last
family
hour?
like that?
Pass me a stop.
No, I mean, it's like anything else. You have your people that are always bigger, smaller. You know what I mean? Some people have bigger personalities, some have smaller, but it just kind of
You
depends.
trying to say you have some uncles that's drunk and some that's not.
That's pretty much about the gist of it.
And everybody's favorite uncle is drunk until you fucking become an adult.
and then you're like, dude, this guy is
Damn,
he's
Kevin
annoying,
Uncle
man.
I didn't know you was drunk this whole time.
Dude, Uncle Joe has been drunk for
I
72 years.
just realized this nigga was drunk and high
The whole
my
time.
whole life, and you was my favorite uncle.
Right.
Shit.
Does that happen
That
to
makes
people?
sense.
Because I feel like, that's happened to me too, that where I grow up and, just looking sometimes even at your parents, you judge them a little differently being older. Like, man,
Yeah.
Oh,
it's
for
not
sure,
this-
dude.
Struggle.
I idolize
Thank
you.
you, Tiffany.
You
Thank
was
you,
you.
Tiffany.
You was
Yeah, exactly.
Like you're like, damn, mom, dad. I looked up to you. You guys is broke as fuck. Fuck, I thought you guys was everything, and none of you guys was successful.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Was it like
Yeah,
that
that's how
for
I
you? Did you
feel.
see anyone different in your eyes growing
actually,
up?
well, yeah, interestingly enough, have you seen, I probably shouldn't talk about this on the air, but whatever, The Wolf of Wall Street?
Yeah.
My dad and I worked at that company.
Oh
That's a
yeah.
real company.
Stratum, whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you mean?
Like,
Like, what-
We were there.
You were there for all that?
Yeah.
Did you
Hell
meet the
yeah.
guy that played Leonardo DiCaprio, or was
yeah,
it?
he was the owner.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
played
yeah.
Leonardo.
We
Was
were
it?
there.
Were they the real nut jobs the way they depict in that movie?
Well, of course, for cinema, they always over the top it a little bit. But I'll tell you one thing: most of the stuff in the story was true, but the shaved head bit was actually a guy, not a girl. And they paid him like 10. They paid him like 5 or 10 grand to shave his head. They offered it to my dad, and he's like, "No, not gonna happen."
I would do it.
I don't
would
even
do it.
remember that part.
Yeah, when they shaved the girl's head
Don't get me on camera.
in real life, it was a dude.
Did you watch the movie? I guess.
Of
obviously.
course, it was
Did
fantastic.
You, so you felt like
I thought Leo deserved the Oscar for that movie, not The Revenant.
For sure.
But that's,
I
but
agree.
that's political.
I agree.
You know how that shit works.
Yeah.
You know how that shit
wow,
works.
man, that is
I mean,
crazy.
The Revenant was beautiful and all, but like acting wise. Okay, so you're trapped in a horse.
What?
Gross.
Oh, sorry, no, sorry.
So,
You know what?
I'll hit
you
that
have,
though.
You have like some
That's a lot of
real
weird side shit
interesting,
going on.
a real interesting past here.
Thank you.
But you know, getting to the comedy,
Okay.
you said you were a singer. How did you
Oh yeah,
transition
we didn't
from
get. I
comedy?
never got to tell you that
from
story because we
singing?
tangented so many times.
Yeah, we're all over the place. We're here.
So basically, I wound up becoming a full-time fitness instructor and personal trainer.
Right.
And my girlfriend called me and said, "I have a client that I can't train anymore. Would you like to take over?" And I said, "Of course." So I started training him, and he ran a comedy room. So we started talking, and you get personal when you're training somebody
Yep.
personally. You become their shrink;
Can't
they
trust
become
them
your
real
friend.
with a
yeah,
personal
you,
trainer.
you
know,
build a little
that
relationship
smells
with,
delicious.
of course.
So basically, or that's a big or. Yeah, I got that. I
I said if you're a girl to fuck somebody, you fucking with a person.
Yeah.
Oh no, I tell my girl, you don't need no personal trainer.
Yeah.
I'll train you.
I work out
Yeah.
enough that I can.
My girl
that I
said
can-
I need a
Oh, we
personal
do it.
trainer. I said I'll
Dude, we're
fuck
looking
you
at
right
it.
now.
We're looking at. No, I'm good.
So you started with a
so I
comedian.
start training this dude, and we start talking about comedy, and he tells me he runs a room and that I should come up. So I went up to the room. At the time, it was New York Comedy Club up in Boca. Now it's Boca Black Box.
Okay.
And yeah,
Boca people love representing.
owned by Randy Singer. That was my client. Randy, what's up? Thank you.
Singer. Shout out to
Randy.
Randy Singer.
Shout out.
Randy.
Yeah.
So long story longer. He put me up at an open mic. I had no idea what I was doing. I had nothing prepared, and I was panicking. I thought I was gonna shit myself and have a stroke and a heart attack all at the same time. And I saw this dude get up there that was like 70 years old, and he had a piece of paper, and he's wearing like a Magnum PI shirt. I was like, oh, I fucking got this. So I did like my first 5 minutes, and it was amazing, and I caught the bug my whole life.
But did he
Like your
convince
first
you
time.
to do this, or did you?
I went to
Push
the club.
yourself to get on there.
It was kind of a combination. He had to push me. He's like, "You're next." I was like, "No, I'm not next." And then he's like, "Okay, this guy's gonna go. All right, you're next." No, oh my god, I'd like panic.
Yeah.
Like I get anxiety.
So, but you brought yourself to want to do this.
Yeah.
He didn't twist your arm and say,
Nah.
"Hey, you got to come do this."
No.
You had the
Andrew
ability
Dice
to wanna-
Clay.
Andrew
That's the
Dice-
reason.
that's-
Dice, if you're listening,
Yeah.
you're the reason I started doing stand-up comedy for real. And
That's-
I did get to meet him.
Oh yeah.
I did. I went to go watch his new show, and I got to meet him, and I got to talk to him for a minute. And I want to give a huge shout out to Dice because he's very private. And I was
Right.
talking to his opener, Eleanor, and she's freaking cool as shit too. And they were awesome. It was a great show. Brought me way back. And I went up to them after the show, and I talked to her for a while. He was in the green room. And when he came out, I asked her to introduce me. I said, I just want to shake his hand if that's cool. So, and people always tell you, no, don't meet your heroes. You're going to be
Yeah,
disappointed, blah, blah,
yeah.
blah. Well, he came over, and I said, Dice, I just wanted to say it's an honor to meet you, bro. I saw the
Cigarettes?
show. Great show. And you're the reason why I'm a comic.
Oh.
And I shook his hand, and he goes, oh, thank you so much. Good luck to you. And he walked away.
Right.
Within 30 seconds, 40 seconds, he was almost out the door, and he turned back around, and he came over, and he goes, did you want to, like, maybe talk for a few minutes or take a picture with me or something? I was like, as a matter of fact, I would love nothing more than to do that.
Oh,
And he
that's
stayed
cool.
and talked to me for like 10
That's cool.
minutes,
Yeah.
and we chatted for a little while, and he took pictures with me, and then he left.
Did
And
he
I
give you
was-
any advice?
He just told me to keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
That's it, you know?
That's
And I was
amazing.
like, I hope I get to work with you one day.
That is
It's
phenomenal.
fucking really cool.
I
Man.
loved Andrew Dice Clay growing up. I used to see some of his movies even.
Oh yeah, Fort
And-
Fairlane.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I was a
Good
fan then.
And you know, he said he's not doing movies anymore after he just did. He played a great role in Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga. The fuck's the name of the movie?
Oh, that movie.
Star is Born.
Star is
Dice
Born,
was
he
her
was in it?
father. Yeah,
Really?
he was fantastic.
Man.
And after that, he said, "I could
Four
never."
lines. Relax.
He what?
He had 4 lines.
He had
Yeah,
4
but-
lines.
Right.
More lines than I
He was
have.
getting ready for work
But
again.
I still felt like it
I
was,
love
I don't
you.
know. He worked with Bradley Cooper and Lady Gaga.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
I was
that's
like,
so
I'm
dope.
It
done.
was really dope.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Cooper, Lady Gaga.
And to be honest with you, I did not love the movie.
God.
I didn't.
You didn't like it? I never saw
I didn't
it.
love
I
it.
saw it.
I thought it was overrated, but that's probably because everyone was hyping it up, and then you go see it, and you're
I'll
like,
fight you
oh,
right now.
you know.
Ah,
A Star is Born when they're in the
Wow.
Defending. Like, you
Hit
can
him
go
with
there.
I'll fight everybody. Right?
Sure. Let's leave it alone then. I don't want to.
So yeah, man. So that's basically how that started, and then I started doing open mics, and I was going through my divorce with my second husband, and I started doing open mics every single night, and all kinds of.
Did you use any of that material of your divorce?
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
of course, a lot.
Can I be, because you understand that I'm the person that says the most wild shit. Through the divorce, did you guys have sex during it?
I'm gonna say probably yes to husband number one, but not number two wouldn't have sex with me for like 9 months, and I thought, oh my god, I'm fat, I'm ugly. You want to talk about insecure? I got very insecure after that, and you're on camera over here, just so you know.
Why did he not want to have sex with you for
I
9
think
months?
because he was probably sleeping
gay?
with somebody else.
Or no, that's not what happened. His dick died before he did.
Maybe.
And he was too afraid to tell you
That's possible.
about his dick
I don't think so
dying.
though.
What's your opinion on divorces? What was your experiences like?
I encourage
The
them.
first one was tough.
You encourage them, Walter?
The first one was tough. The second one was much easier, and I think, truth be
That was
told, that
fucking
marriage
powerful.
is really just a piece of paper. And if you love someone and you're
Oh, for
together,
sure,
you just be
right?
together. You don't need to get married.
100.
Yeah, definitely.
So you don't believe in marriage?
At this point in my life, I'm going to say probably not. But if
For papers,
there
though.
was
What about for papers, though? I think marriage for papers is totally cool.
No, you should
You want-
find
you want-
a
you want
tree.
to hit that?
I feel like every human being should
I'm
find
good,
a
I'm
tree somewhere, right?
I'm good
They
with the
should
ring.
find
Like,
a
I'll buy you a
fucking
ring, you buy me a
tree,
ring,
and
and
they
let's just
take
be
the girl
together.
there.
That's it.
But you can make a lot of money, though. I could marry a Venezuelan right now for like 15 grand.
Dude, I had that opportunity
man.
offered to me for 20 grand years ago, and I was gonna do it. I was super close, and I'm glad I didn't,
Why?
Really?
because I met somebody and moved in with him right after that, and then it
had
was,
love.
yeah,
But
for a while.
You could have moved into a better spot
I
with
know.
20 G's.
Well,
in the bank.
if it was now, I would do it.
Okay,
I mean,
so
I wouldn't do it. You didn't hear that live. I would never do such a thing. Married.
None of us will in here.
Build a wall. What?
Nobody.
Some of us are fucking illegal. What the fuck?
I would do it in a heartbeat.
I'm
Yeah.
American citizen.
My girl would
Yeah,
know.
you're Spanish.
That's right, Enrique.
Yeah,
I got you.
that didn't matter. I'm broke. At the
Yeah,
end
yeah,
of the day,
yeah.
I'm
I
broke.
hear you, man.
Anyway,
I got you.
that didn't matter. I'm broke. At the
Yeah,
end
yeah,
of the day,
yeah.
I'm
I
broke.
hear you, man.
Anyway, you
Yeah,
spend
we sell
it.
your soul for.
Like I wouldn't do porn for money, but I would definitely
But you
get
would.
married for papers. Oh yeah,
All right.
my girl.
Yeah, dude, that's
me and my
like,
girl.
what's the bad thing about that?
Me and my girl have a rule. Like if a sugar daddy comes up to my girl and tells her like, "Yo, I'm trying to smash,"
She's taking one for the team.
and I'll be your sugar daddy.
You're like, yeah, all
I
right.
told her, and vice versa.
Tell me this story.
Vice
So
versa.
we find out sugar mama?
And
Yeah.
yeah, she told me.
Hey, I'm over here.
Oh, I love it.
So you and your girl are looking for a fellow to do what now?
Oh, you gotta pay. You gotta pay. You got that.
First of all,
You
you
gotta
gotta
pay
have
to play. You gotta pay to play.
You couldn't afford a fucking Sega Genesis.
No,
All right,
I
you think
can't.
you definitely not getting close to my girl.
300 signatures.
It's like a zoo.
300 Sega Genesis. All right.
300 signatures.
That's like $3 grand, baby.
Yeah, see that
What was
works.
that?
Oh, shit. You got
What
so into
was
character.
that?
It was a
It
murder.
was a chimpanzee.
Oh, it sounded just like
Speaking
one.
of character,
Good.
Love it.
as a comedian, what do you like to speak about?
All my shit is basically true, so I usually like to put my truth on stage.
You like to do
Nice.
the whole life experience.
And I actually just started a new show, which I'm going to shamelessly plug right now.
Of course, by all
Take
means.
Two with my bestie, Christina Montori. Christina, if you're watching, I miss you. I love you, girl.
Yeah.
We started doing a new show. We
You guys
did it
are
at the
doing it at the
Miami. Well,
Improv.
we did at the Miami Improv
You did a
in
show at the
August.
Improv.
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay.
Yeah. So that was my first time headlining, quote unquote, you know. And the last part is like real talk. Like we do like comedy bits together, but then we talk to the audience and like give them advice and dating and relationships and
Okay, so you do
how
like
it's
a whole
cool to
crowd
be like
one-on-one
free
thing.
and like be an older woman and go out and fuck if you want to and don't if you don't want to. And
What?
What's your opinion on that?
I just said it.
Fuck if you want
What?
to, fuck if you
Yeah.
don't want to.
Like if you're like if
Yeah, like if you're into
Hell
it,
yeah.
cool. If you're not,
right,
cool.
and it doesn't make you a slut because you want to go out and have sex.
Right.
Yeah.
But be
Yeah.
smart,
100.
be careful, do you, and be safe. You
I
know.
Do you
always
believe in
feel like, you know,
sex
when
on the
you-
first date?
Yeah, fuck that. Yes.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
That's
Sex on
cool.
the first date, right?
Like,
Everybody's
yeah,
down
like,
for
like,
sex on the
yes,
first
yes.
date.
You know what I mean? Like that doesn't
That
exist
would be
anymore.
nice. That'd be nice
That's a
though.
lie.
That
That'd be
doesn't
fun.
exist anymore.
I
I'm
would
sorry,
appreciate
but like
it.
I'm not okay with that. Just because like I literally took a girl out to go see like to the beach. I bought the floating candles. I bought wine. I put a towel out.
Ooh la la.
Fuck you. They trying to shit on me.
How old are
The
you?
only way
I'm 25.
25.
Wow, you're so young.
He's
I'm
a romantic.
25.
He's obviously an old soul.
What the hell?
That is not the usual.
That is not the
But
usual.
and I say that because
That's
I can't hear someone say something and me be like, "Yo, there's guys like me."
I'm not
You
saying
feel me?
that.
But I feel you. But like,
I feel you.
now you
It
good.
was a generalization.
But
Just-
I don't like getting shitted on. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
cute.
You're so beautiful, man.
Yeah,
You're
you're so cute.
He leads us in the sea of horrible.
Sea
We're all
bag.
He's
nasty
doing that now.
men.
He's planting the seeds for the future girlfriend once this one's done with him.
No. She's the moneymaker.
Baby, he loves you.
Wow.
We love you, boo. Sorry.
She's in my set, so that's it. That's how
Okay.
she knows she's in. She's good.
See,
Wow,
now, all right, let me
that's
ask you this.
insightful.
Have you ever done a set and had two girls that you slept with at the set and have both of them think that joke's about them?
Oh,
Sort
man.
of, sort of.
Yeah,
Not
that
yet,
hurts.
at least.
Yes.
Have I? I can
Nice.
honestly say
Not two girls.
no. I
Two
feel
guys.
I was gonna have
Any-
to run
Good
to
clothes
the
on
date.
that, John. Right
Yeah.
there.
Nice.
Almost
Okay,
every
what did
chick
you
that I
say?
ever fucked.
It
Almost
was close
that.
tonight.
What? All right, prom king. Have you ever been in the room with two girls you had sex with? And not when you're having sex with them. I mean, not in a threesome. I'm talking
No,
about
I've never done that.
Like in the same.
like you're in a situation and there's two girls there that you had a relationship with at some point.
I want to say, yeah, most likely, yeah.
Okay.
I think most men have.
Most likely sounds like a no.
That's panic. What?
I see.
You would remember that if it happened.
Another a bad thing.
Not necessarily.
You know
Oh,
what?
yeah,
You're
no,
sick in the
absolutely,
head.
yes,
Just- you have
absolutely.
It
issues.
depends on your situation. What
Like,
kind of relationship?
It's so
Absolutely.
funny that you said that.
Being
What
honest.
Did you introduce?
Drop the one line of the
You
night.
did, man. That was good
I
shit.
What'd you
We're
say?
talking
What
about.
are you even saying?
You're not, I can't hear you.
She knows.
That's
Okay,
the most
but
You don't want
important
to say it
thing.
again? You scared?
No, we're
Wow.
talking about. I forgot.
I'll listen to this show later.
Memorable.
Yeah, that was awesome. No, it wasn't. No, I'm just.
You know what? The moment.
No. The moment was good.
So-
Have you ever done that?
The truth of the matter is, we're talking
What's
about
that?
real.
Yeah.
Wait, don't get him started yet. Hold on
Real.
1 second. Hold that
Don't get
thought.
him started.
'Cause he's gonna rant.
Calm down.
I know you're gonna rant. Somebody give him a hit, amp him back up. I'm sober, remember?
Oh man.
No, we were talking about like if the two girls meet. Like, is that okay? What if there's 3 or 4 or 5 or 7? Right?
Wow, so
Damn.
many.
Why?
How? Like,
Story
That,
of
that,
my
that
life.
must
Who
be
the
fun.
fuck is
They're
that,
in the same
dude?
Right.
All right. So, how many people
Wow.
here have ever practiced polyamory?
I
Is
didn't
that why
practice
you were like-
it, but
That's
I,
like-
That's like
I was part of it unbeknownstly.
So like an
Yes,
open
yes,
Oh,
I
relationship.
know.
what?
That's like when you have like 7 girlfriends or something like that.
Correct.
The-
like in Utah.
Kinda.
Amish people do it.
That's nope. Okay, hold on. That's polygamy.
No.
Yes.
Polygamy
yes.
is
Yeah.
when you're married to several people.
That's different.
You have
Okay.
one guy with like 5, 6, 7, 8, 9
Alright,
wives.
alright,
They all have
what's-
different roles.
What's
That's not
this
what I'm
shit?
talking
What's
about.
this shit?
Polyamory
Polygon.
is when you
Oh.
date multiple people at the same time and everybody knows about each other and they're all cool with it.
So
Yeah,
you're calling
yeah.
about
So it's the
that.
same shit, but you're not married.
Sounds like a girl that has just
That's all it is.
4
Open
different
relationship.
men inside her at all times.
Not necessarily. It depends on the girl.
Did they all nut in you, or only 2 of them?
Only the
How about
special
zero?
ones get to nut.
Only the
Only the
special
top dogs. Like, you know, there's like 2 or 3 top
He
dogs.
fucking
That
knows.
Y'all get to nut, and then everyone
Yeah,
else.
give it up.
Like,
Don't leave me hanging.
100.
Your pussy gonna be wet.
But yeah, yeah.
What are you gonna do? You're gonna smell it for some other guy's
I
jizz?
don't know how to smell it. I know how to not smell,
Oh,
but I'm fucking. I've been black.
But you're okay with having some other guys
So
jizz
you're
on your stuff?
Thank you. Thank you.
Ah.
Thank you.
Yeah, man.
It's not about
What
it.
was
All right. I guess we're moving on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Person away by
Yeah.
saying there's women fucking with multiple jizzes inside them.
Right.
No,
Yes.
we weren't
Well,
talking about
it's just
that.
like-
Let's get to the next
That
one.
does happen. That happens.
I didn't
Just
say at the
said-
same time.
Hold on.
I
if
said
a
you're
woman is
dating. You're dating.
If a woman's dating
Like today,
3
tomorrow,
men,
next day.
she had to have gotten fucked by each one of them
Maybe,
within 7 days.
maybe
That's,
not.
dude, that's primordial
Nah,
splooge,
some
bro.
women- some women got
That's brewing some
splooge.
fucking
Okay.
like
Write
disgusting
that
shit.
down.
That
I know how
sounds.
she
That's
put
bullshit.
me down.
Gagging.
If they're
You really
important, they're
gagging?
gonna get to
No,
fuck.
no,
Okay,
I
that's
said
just that.
splooge.
Valerie,
Look,
Val,
it says
No, he
splooge.
said primordial.
hold on a second here.
Splooge. Yeah.
I'm
That's a good.
curious.
That's good. I like that word.
Val, how many guys
Look,
have you
says
dated
that?
more than one guy?
That's the shit, dude.
Ever?
At the
That's
same
tough.
time?
Or at the same time? Have you guys ever been in a situation like
Yeah,
this?
of course.
No,
What?
well, I mean, I was never dating 2 guys at the same time.
Never.
Sex at the same
old are you?
time.
But-
Stop saying dating. You
No.
guys are so
Nah,
fucking
but I've
lame.
liked guys at the same time. Like, I learned about polyamory recently, and I realized, like, when I was 14 or something, like, I dated this
Right.
one guy who was dating other girls, but I didn't understand it.
Right.
You didn't understand what?
No, I felt hurt. I was
What does this mean? Why so many girlfriends?
There's no
Yeah.
labels. You're just not labeling anything.
Yeah, and that's how it's been since
You guys
then.
are-
But I learned about polygamy recently. Like I have a friend who does that, so it's
Mhm.
like I learned about it maybe a couple years ago. So now it's like a thing. And
It
I'm
is.
Like, all right, it's a thing.
And people believe in it or they don't, and that's
Yeah,
cool.
exactly. Yeah, I mean, if it happens, it happens.
You know what it's like when you're at a date?
Not just dating. It's like
What's your
multiple
definition?
I personally like
multiple people
uh,
Not
at the same
necessarily.
time.
What's the
No,
definition?
no,
You're
Because,
sharing.
I mean, if
What's
you
your
think about it, that's what
definition?
dating is. You
I
just-
prefer being with one
you're just
person.
dating
I
until
think
you find someone you want.
That's
no?
pretty. Yeah.
I prefer to be
Kinda.
with one person because like
Me too.
whatever.
Well, that's
Yeah, I'm
just
romantic.
women all the
I'm
time.
romantic.
Most men don't think like this.
I'm a
Most
hopeless
men want
romantic in a
multiple.
way. In a way, kind of.
Men stop
Most
fucking
men. I
multiple
didn't say
bitches.
me. Like,
You
yo,
know,
Oh, shit.
I'm gonna put that for right
You know,
now.
not me.
Right here, bro. Let's go.
I said most men, not me included.
I don't know. I think everyone wants to fuck everyone all the time.
Not me included.
I don't know. I think everyone wants to fuck everyone all the time.
There you go.
I think that's the truth.
I
Everybody
guess.
says that.
I don't know about everyone all the time.
But like most people want to fuck most people all the time. At least you give me that.
I want
for
to
sure.
fuck like
Well,
one or two people.
This stems from: do you have
It's
sex
true.
on the first
Oh,
date?
the first time
If you're out with someone in public place, then it's could be a date. If you guys
Well,
just-
whatever. What if you're just on the couch? It doesn't
That
matter.
could be
Whatever
too,
it is,
too.
you guys
I-
make
then-
out.
Then you guys were meant to fuck.
Well, no, like you met somewhere. Whether it's a fucking club or Dunkin'
God
Donuts
damn,
or
dude. You
whatever.
talk too loud.
Vanilla
So,
motherfucker.
we keep losing that.
Yeah, if you just talk a little too loud.
Oh, look, you
Hey,
gotta
so
go
wait-
live again.
Wait a minute.
Oh, it's dead.
Yeah, it
Ah,
goes
whatever.
a short time.
Well, whatever.
So wait a minute. You know what? I want to ask.
What?
What was your worst dating experience ever?
This should turn into like
Dude, we'll
a.
be here all fucking day. I can't. I don't know. I gotta.
Which one comes
Worst
to mind?
dating experience? Like
Yeah.
in what regard?
Like going out with a guy,
awkward or going out on a bad
because you sound like you
date?
said from ranges from like couch to out. So I'm assuming in one of these you must have had an awkward moment.
I mean, there's nothing that like pops
Pops
out.
out.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
pun intended.
I'm sure there is.
I'm sure there's
something,
Yeah,
but-
there's gotta be.
Couch to
You sound
out.
like someone that might have had like a real awkward date in life.
I never really did like the
How many
dating
dates you
thing.
been on in your life?
Like,
She said she doesn't do the dating.
so
Yeah,
part.
like it's not like a
It's like
real-
you're her boyfriend or
I
not.
think.
It's
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
hey, how are you? My name is Stacy. My name is Bill. Okay, now we're in a relationship.
No. It's not like that. That's crazy. No, but I'm saying like you have to have met somewhere, whether it's at a club or Dunkin' Donuts. So that's the first time you hung out, whatever,
Right.
for a minute.
Yeah.
It's a minute,
All right,
whatever.
word.
But then you guys talk, you exchange numbers, and you plan to text and meet again, and then you start some kind of texting. I don't
Ritual
know,
there,
fucking
yeah, sure.
emoji,
Yeah.
fucking I don't know,
I think
relationship.
If it's the right dude, yeah.
And then all of a sudden, the next thing you know, things grow like wildfire, and then you're sitting on somebody's couch sucking their dick. I don't know.
Well, not in my case.
See?
I mean, like, I
You
don't
guys
have no
see?
fingers.
Yeah, it's true.
I'm the bad guy.
No
though.
one said
And
that.
I keep leading us to this point. He just said you're being aggressive. What I said was
I said your question, the way you said it, not that the
Yes.
question
Yes.
is aggressive. I said
That's
the
what I
way.
said. It's what I
Exactly. The delivery sounded like he was mad at her.
He's drunk, man. He's drunk. It's all
No, it's not about being
man.
drunk.
She said
It's about
belligerent.
it's about
Thank you, Val.
leading
Yeah,
to
I
the
like that word.
point
You like
of like I
I
just
like-
want to be able to
I want
have
it right
conversations.
here.
It's the one.
But you can
that
also
like,
go
know
a
what?
thousand
This
fucks
is
and not
cool.
date.
Right.
Yo, that sounds awesome.
See?
You go to 1,000 fucks and not date. Yeah, that's sick.
I like that. That sounds like an album.
I've been on 1,000
Oh,
fucks, but I never
Yeah.
did.
You gotta
Yeah.
write that rap,
The
yo.
ultimate fuckboy line.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yo, you can't steal my shit. You heard it here. I came out of my mouth first.
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that's all
man.
you.
Yeah.
Wow.
You got that.
Copyright.
That's right. Thank you.
Stacy, so you've been doing comedy for how long now?
I want to say like 8-9 years.
8-9 years. Okay, so you've had some time in it. What's your opinion so far with comedy?
I love comedy. The one thing that's very interesting to me is that the deeper you get into comedy, and I think this goes for everybody, so I'm going to say it as a general statement. The deeper you get into comedy, the more jaded you become as far as other comics go. And so I have a tendency not to really watch other comedy specials or comedy shows or whatnot.
I am so there right
But
now.
I have a handful of comics that I love and that I do listen to and watch on
Yes.
occasion, just bits and pieces.
Yes.
Because I think, I don't know, like you get to a point where stuff that you used to think was funny just isn't funny.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh my God.
So things change.
I felt like for a minute I had Asperger's.
Uh-huh.
You and everybody else.
Yeah, right? Oh my god, I
We on
thought
the
that too.
spectrum.
I thought that too.
Dude, we all on the
It's
spectrum,
a
yo.
struggle, man. Like I feel like right now, I feel like I've had too much comedy in the sense that
Thank you. You can take
that
the plug
comedy-
out. It's easier.
to me it's just
like, I think I got
Thank you.
like
Yeah.
you never sat there for a minute and thought you
Yeah.
had Asperger's in your
three
life.
of y'all was like, hallelujah, I never had Asperger's. Yo, niggas never thought about having Asperger's.
No, you think about
You know
sickle
what? I
cell.
think I got Asperger's right now.
No, you're like, yeah, I got sickle cell. Send me money. Send me money.
Cancel or
Right?
diabetes.
So what is that shit? Like, why does everybody need to
Sick.
fight? Send me, I got to do a GoFundMe. I'm black and I got sickle cell. I'm going to fucking hell. Sorry.
I guess
I need
it's
to
like
go
a white
find me.
person shit, like mono.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Mono, right?
Mono's a white person shit.
Oh, that's what I was saying.
So is
Mono.
pregnancy.
That's what I was
Yeah,
saying.
like white.
What?
No, wait.
I don't remember.
That's
Okay.
universal.
When I was in high school, I don't remember. I
Mono
remember, like,
is
one or
very
two girls
white.
getting pregnant, and I think it was 2 white girls.
Man,
Yeah.
that
They
might have
sent
been
him
in
away.
high
They
school.
sent him away.
You ever been to Carol
Well,
City
yeah.
or one of them areas, man? Like, yeah, this shit's in
We're talking about
double
fucking
digits.
Dix Hills, dude. This is
Yep.
rich white
Dix
folks.
Hills, that's right. I forget Dix Hills.
I don't even like to tell people
How
that.
can
It's
you
like saying
avoid
you're
not
from-
getting pregnant in Dix
Dix
Hills?
Hills, I like that.
You have to go to Quam.
Yeah.
It's
That's where I live.
It's an extremely
I
fertile land.
Of Jews. It's the fertile land of the Jews.
You prop a fire hydrant and jizz comes
You know
out
what?
and turn off the fire.
I gotta apologize for a half a second because it's Rosh Hashanah right now. Actually, it was Rosh Hashanah. Now we're in the
Happy
10
New
days
Year.
of repentance, and then we have
Use
Yom
the
Kippur
microphones.
next week.
Yeah.
And so I
But it's
do-
alright because some Gentiles turned the microphones
Okay,
on.
no,
Sorry.
that's Shabbos. That's different. But I do have to like ask for forgiveness and ask God to like write me in the book of life for another year and shit. So I gotta.
Are
Like,
you very?
I'm
Are
supposed to be
you?
like
Are
on my good behavior.
that's I was about to ask that. Are you very into the faith
No.
or
No.
not?
You're religious.
I don't really believe in organized religion anymore.
Oh.
I'm more.
Why
I'm
not?
more
There's a
spiritual.
lot of money in religion, though.
Nah, man.
Yeah.
You can make a lot. I don't know. Somehow, people who are really religious are all rich. I don't know how.
Nah, that's
I
not
don't know
true,
about that.
man. That's
Jesus
not
is
true
broke
at
ass
all.
motherfucker.
He was a carpenter. He
Right?
didn't get paid well.
Well, he was supposedly Jewish too. I mean,
Yeah, see?
who knows, man?
Maybe he was good with money.
Yeah,
Just
we were
told
not
everybody
there.
was broke.
We were not there. We don't know what really happened.
No, none of us do. I mean, I don't
Think
know.
back. Think back to when you were like doing stuff and you were like, I don't know, prophesizing and shit. You know,
Yeah, I think sometimes
John
when I-
doesn't prophesy.
No,
he
he
doesn't.
smokes weed. We all prophesize.
Yeah, we do. Sure as hell, man. I
We do.
prophesize my day.
I thought he was gonna say my dick. I prophesize my dick. No, that's that guy. We're gonna get him a robe, little fucking wig. We'll put a
It's funny
fucking.
that you said a robe. I usually do be in a robe with a hard dick.
Oh my god, he just takes everything right
He's
back.
like, I
there.
got rigor mortis in my pants.
Oh my god.
Back to the sex stuff, the dead
Dude.
sex.
Get it, girl?
Don't be shocked if you guys find out the truth, man.
Oh, man.
You guys, you saw the article, right?
Which one?
What?
What I was saying earlier.
Oh, no. Had you managed to pull it up?
Oh, the dead guy.
Oh, what does it say there?
Let me see.
He
Let's
had
see.
a
We'll have
boner.
Stacey read it for us.
What
Somehow
accent?
had a boner.
You want Australian,
And
British,
Sure, whatever you like to
Indian,
read it.
British.
Yeah,
Do the British.
So that- Indian? What do you want?
British.
British?
There you go, British.
In
I like
Kansas
that you're
City,
so into
Missouri.
that fucking.
That sounds
death
more Australian,
porn.
but
It's kind of crazy. It was
a
very-
26-year-old
death
Mold
porn, you like
worker
those
was
shows,
arrested this
the-
morning
Oh, no,
after a
no.
DNA test revealed that her newborn child was the result of a necrophiliac intercourse with the man she was supposed to autopsy. That sounded more Australian than British. But
And it was a kangaroo.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man, that's crazy, man. I still can't believe that's possible.
That's crazy. Somebody got pregnant from a
Dead
dead guy.
Yeah, dead
Yeah,
Jews.
So does that baby like live? Like, is it alive?
Is he
Is it
still got put on the
fucking...
child?
This happened in the 90s. I
That
think.
is
That happened in the
I
90s?
think
You
so.
know he was. It
That's
depended
crazy.
That's how they made Justin Bieber.
That's funny.
Yeah,
That is
Justin
so
Bieber. That's his
nice.
creation. We knew it.
Dude.
Okay,
You and
so,
that
hey,
baby.
real quick question: when he died, though, when he gave birth to the baby, would they still be able to put him on child support?
You never
Wow.
know.
He's still
That is
cold. He's
technical.
still warm, I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's a bad
man.
joke.
You know what? That's crazy. Wonder
was
what the
kidding.
legal
Dead body.
ramifications are on that one.
Yeah.
Stacy, you know what? Back again with
Sir.
you said you've been doing this for 9 years, and but as a female, what's your opinion on comedy? Is it a struggle? Is it a challenge being
Well,
coming
all
from a
All
female comedian?
right, so I'm gonna backtrack for
Yeah,
a
fucking-
second. When I first started, I got a lot of
ridiculous.
flack people were like, you can't be funny if you're pretty, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, all right, whatever. And then somebody would come up and be like, wow, you actually are funny and pretty. Want to make out?
What do you mean they say you can't be funny and be pretty at the same time?
That's like a thing in comedy. Guys think for some reason you can't be hot and be funny. And that's bullshit because there's a lot of hot, funny communians. Females.
Who's the hottest, funniest comedian out there?
Females?
Yeah.
Hot comedian number 3.
All right. I don't know. That's a tough
Is Amy
call.
Schumer hot?
I don't like Amy Schumer.
Nah.
Sorry, she's
Who's a
from
fine-
home too.
Who's a fine female
I'm
comedian?
not talking about looks wise. I'm talking
I-
about humor wise. I don't like her comedy.
What?
That chick that played with Kevin Hart in that movie.
Tiffany
Oh,
Haddish.
Tiffany Haddish? But I don't think she's a comedian, is she?
She is.
Oh, yeah, she is fine.
My friend Julie Baez just opened for her a few months ago.
I know. Shout out to Julie
Shout out to Julie Baez, my
Julie
girl.
Baez. Julie
She's
Whitney
Baez.
Cummings.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Elijah Schlesinger.
Whitney
Does Janine
Cummings.
Garofalo count?
Janine
She's
Garofalo.
hot in a different way, but yes.
Yeah, right?
And then there's also comedic actresses that are hot. You know, lots of them. So.
Oh, for sure.
And I do act too.
All of them, man.
So they came to you with these notions.
It's
that-
actually on one of my YouTube clips from a show I did many years ago that somehow went like, I wouldn't call it viral, but it went like bigger than I could have gotten it to go. And it was like all over the internet, my speed dating bit. And I do impression of Rosie Perez and Marissa Tomei and this whole 9 yards. You can
Give me a
look that
Rosie
up.
Perez because that's hard.
Rose.
Can you do it?
Yeah, I want to be on Jeopardy, Billy. What are you talking about? I can't believe you lost the fucking money, Billy. Dude, if
She's
you
not
listen to
super
me do
heavy.
it on my comedy set, it's her.
Yeah, for
It's
sure.
her. But the guys,
I haven't heard her
this guy
forever.
wrote on my thing. Somebody should tell her that she's not funny and that her friends aren't telling her that because she's too pretty.
Really?
On my YouTube,
That's dope. You got a hater comment.
I love it. I know, right?
That's
That's
dope.
how you know you made it.
Yeah.
And I had people calling me. I got dumped recently from a 5-year relationship, and I'm not gonna do a shout out, but I'm just gonna say that I was with him for 5 years. He was a stand-up comic too. He's been around for a long time, and he's a really funny guy. And he helped me get to where I am right now, so I can't deny that. Because without me opening for him on the road and stuff, I wouldn't be as experienced. I wouldn't understand audiences. I wouldn't understand comedy the same way. So he definitely accelerated my career to a degree. But now it's time for me to spread my wings and fly myself.
Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
There's
Okay.
that. But there was another point to that story. I can't remember. My God, you guys are all smoking so much weed. I'm starting to forget shit.
That contact guy's
Seriously, like all of a sudden I was like, woo, okay. What
But,
were we saying just before that?
Yeah, we're living in the world of just comedy and being female and the challenges of that.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, that was my first challenge was being supposedly funny and pretty.
Right.
And then once I kind of got over that and like, because I always like really feel like I need to do myself when I'm on stage. Like I need to have my hair and makeup done and be dressed appropriately.
You look like you're ready to go on stage right now.
Well,
that's a
see,
good
now
combination.
I don't agree necessarily because I'm in my gym clothes. So it's
Okay,
like,
I don't know what
working
female
out.
attire is on
like
stage.
I usually wear like heels and a nice top and jeans and whatever. I try to look presentable. But
Would
then
you
I
wear
started
shorts?
seeing
I've been
heels?
told here by
No shorts.
rule
What
of
kind of jeans are
thumb.
you
No
rocking?
shorts.
tight jeans.
What's this rule of thumb with no shorts?
No
Because Val
shorts.
made a mention last
No
week.
shorts.
I've been
Heels?
told here
No
by
shorts.
rule
What
of
kind of
thumb.
jeans are you
No
rocking?
shorts.
Tight jeans.
What's this rule of thumb with no shorts?
No
Because Val
shorts.
made a mention last
No
week
shorts.
No shorts
about
on
no
stage.
shorts.
No shorts
Yeah,
on stage.
I
think it
told
looks
you.
tacky
Can
as
you
fuck.
elaborate on
It
this?
looks tacky as fuck.
It looks tacky on a guy or
I
a
wear
girl?
shorts all the
guy.
time.
On
I
a
wear
guy?
shorts all the
Guy.
time on
And
stage.
a girl?
Well, a girl can wear shorts if she's wearing the right shorts with
Yeah,
the right outfit.
yeah.
If she's wearing heels or sneakers, depends on the
Right,
girl. Like,
right.
everyone's
Wait, no
different.
shorts for guys?
No.
What's wrong with that?
I wear
There you go.
shorts on
I was
stage
saying
all the
this
time.
last week.
I wear shorts on stage.
Help them out here.
I don't think it's
Help them out
professional.
with the shorts.
I do that shit all the time.
Yo,
It's not
if
professional.
I think people take you less
Well,
seriously unless you're
booty
already
shorts.
famous.
I don't know, man.
There
I
you
do.
go.
Bro,
See?
some booty shorts?
See?
I kind of want people to take
See?
me less seriously. I'm a comedian.
Right, but I'm talking about trying to make it in the comedy world. If you want to make it, you got to look presentable. You can't get on stage in a fucking hoodie and be all fucking high and look like
So
a
you can't look
retard.
like a rapper on stage?
I look like a retard.
I mean,
Sorry.
that's my personal opinion.
Am I comedian attire?
That was Ollie specific.
Yes,
That was
That's what I do.
If you're wearing red shirt, jeans, and sneakers, you're fine.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I've seen a lot of comedians with shorts on stage. That's why Val said it the other day, and we all looked at
I
her
saw a
like she
guy
was an alien.
I saw a guy in long jean shorts
Told
and a
you.
t-shirt. Excuse me, on stage at a fucking real show at the Improv, and I was like, "What
Well, but that's different though. The improv is different.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Oh, I
about.
thought you were talking about like as far as like.
An open mic? Open mic or whatever the fuck you want.
Okay, cool. That changes the whole. I was like, I never. I take into account what I'm gonna wear on big shows like that.
Yeah, if you're on a paid real show,
Yeah.
Nice.
Oh no, for sure. Okay, that's a gift.
But I'll tell you what, I showed up like this once, and somebody didn't show up, and I needed to fill in for them.
Right.
So I was dressed in my gym clothes and my hair in buns and didn't care kind of attitude. And I'll tell you what, being in sneakers and leggings was the most liberating thing on the planet. No heels, and everyone's like, you should just dress like this on stage all the time, just like be true to you.
I like dressing in like gym, like sporty.
I am Sporty Spice right now. See.
That one, not that one.
That is not singing.
No, not that song. The other ones. There's other ones that I like. I know all Spice Girl songs.
No, I
can sing all Spice
Girls. I do love Mel B on fucking what do you call it?
Yeah, I like
American
Scary
Talent.
Spice.
She's not on it anymore.
I feel like I'm Scary Spice now.
You mean me both? Scary or sporty? I'm like a
Scary. Yeah. Scary, sporty, and Little Ginger and Baby. I'm all of them put together.
Okay.
Stacey, as a female comedian, do you feel like there's
Spice
any
Girls.
certain topic that you can't touch, or is it?
That's
all
a good
fair game?
question.
Yeah.
It's kind of an interesting topic for me because I feel like you don't have to be super dirty and have that shock value necessarily. If it works for you, that's great. But I think there's certain jokes, like I used to write with some of my guy comedian friends, and I think there's certain jokes that I would try to tell and it wouldn't work for me, and I would give it to a guy and they would knock it out the first time and it would work for them.
Right.
So just certain things that I feel like work for me. I don't know what it is for other women. I've heard some women do sets that I think are way too over the line, too disgusting. I'm not going to name names or say anything like that, but
Sure.
I'm just saying, like, I mean, there's a certain line, and if you want to cross it, great. And I think everybody should push their own envelope. So,
You don't believe in getting offended in comedy?
True that.
dude, if you get offended, get the fuck out of the comedy club. If you're a comedian and somebody says something when they introduce you that offends you, you shouldn't be a comedian, in my opinion.
Right.
Sure.
And if you're in the audience and you're offended, you shouldn't be in the audience.
Have you had to face hecklers?
I have.
Yeah. What's
Couple
the
times.
toughest moment you've had?
That's a good question. I haven't had any major, thank God. I had one drunk lady who thought she was the only person in the room in a 250 room gallery, and she was just having a conversation with me. She came in the middle, drunk, late, and I had to shut her up, and security had to escort her out. So, but it wasn't like that bad.
I've seen drunk women, man, like heckle, and it is insane. Like they get
No,
kicked
she
out.
was like, she was like Rocky. It was
Can I answer
great.
your question?
Yes, sir.
It might be kind of awkward, but have you written for not just anybody in particular? Do you guys feel awkward? All y'all comics, do you guys feel awkward writing for another comic? Let's say if you're helping somebody do a bit,
No.
you write they joke.
Oh, yeah, that's a good question.
Definitely.
Have you ever had to write for anyone else or?
I don't write specifically like here's a joke, do this, but
Yeah,
we sit around and like we'll shoot the shit, or like I'll hear
Yeah.
somebody on stage say a joke and I'll be like, hey, I have a tag for you if you're interested, because I'm who the fuck am I? Like I'm nobody, but if you want to hear my idea,
Right.
here's my take on that. You could use it if you want. What pisses me off is when you do a joke and then someone takes it at an open mic and then it becomes a thing and it's like, you stole my joke, right? Just saying. And now I can't do it
Have
anymore.
they done that to you?
I
feel
just had
that.
that happen recently.
Really?
Yeah, and I was like,
Wow.
and I thought, you know what? This chick doesn't know. She's kind of new.
What?
Whatever. But the
Cool.
punchline is like exactly the same. The premise is very, very, very similar.
Has she seen you perform before?
She has, and I think she's seen me do that bit. And then I saw her do it a second time, and I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything the first time. Didn't say anything the second time. The third time she did it, she looked right fucking at me when she did the punchline. I'm like, this bitch knows.
So she knew that you was.
And I was
looking
like, you
at
know what? I'm not into drama, so I'm just gonna let.
So
it
you
go.
haven't even confronted
I'm gonna, nope. I'm gonna not confront her, and I'm gonna drop the joke, and that's the end of it.
Really?
Because I think I don't know.
What do you guys think? Would you guys confront somebody on that?
I would
What's
totally
Fuck
confront
that.
all over everywhere.
I think it
Instagram.
depends.
What do you mean? What it depends on what?
Like I think how universal is your topic?
Right. But I'm talking about like almost the
No,
same
that's
joke.
different though. You're saying like punchline and shit like that.
Like, but the premises, there's only so many premises in the world.
Right,
But you
that's what
take
I'm
your
saying.
spin on it. Like just because you have a joke about
if it's
fucking-
super personal, like something that's
Right.
personal about me, like maybe my living situation, maybe
Right.
Your efficient living.
my efficiency, maybe my my dead dad bit. If it's something like
oh, you
that,
have a dead dad bit. A lot of people have dead dad
Yeah.
bits. So you stole my joke.
right.
No.
But if it's verbatim, because mine is literally like particularly to
Right,
me,
set to
like
you.
literally, it like it describes what I have.
Right.
So if I hear someone do that, then you kind of got to confront them.
Right.
But if it's a that bit, what am I
It's
really
like,
gonna?
exactly.
Some dude's like, yeah, man, I got this tattoo.
Yeah. Yo,
Come out with
bitch.
the same tat.
You feel me? Like that'd be a little crazy.
Yeah,
could
you're like, now I
definitely-
have to stab you. So
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
that.
Nah, I got to cut you.
It's not like, oh, you did that McDonald's thing. It's like,
Right.
everyone has it.
Right. Exactly.
For sure.
You know, I feel like I've been asking them many questions, but do you guys have any questions for Stacy? You guys, I mean, I know you guys have been sitting here the whole time just letting it flow.
Yeah.
But no?
It's been pretty fun.
Anything in particular? I just feel like sometimes I
What do we
ask
mean?
all the questions, and the guys, I just leave them to be like, all right, sure, he's gonna do all the questioning here.
I'm not an officer, dude. I'm not.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
not a good
sure,
questioner,
right.
dude.
You don't do the
I bet
interrogations
you
like
I
do.
could. I bet you I could get them to be interrogators.
question.
Oh, I'm sure they would be. How would
Like
you do it?
right now.
How would you
Question
do it?
weird things, man.
Okay, she's gonna pepper spray you guys
I'm not
right
gonna
now.
pepper spray
True
anybody.
serum.
I don't know.
True serum.
Oh, damn.
Okay,
Oh,
so I was gonna ask you about that because you haven't ever.
Yes, Itania, Bati Bichi, Baba. Yes.
Is that a
This-
hedgehog?
Yes, she has it all over her watch. Her
This
her
is
chain.
Fiona.
Oh
It's
my
a hedgehog.
god.
Fiona the hedgehog.
Can I grab her?
Yeah, hold her real close to you, and then she come closer just in case. She
Fiona
may-
the hedgehog. Now, how do
she
you
might
get a
jump, so
hedgehog?
You put your hand over her hand so that she doesn't fall because she will try to jump.
Who owns a hedgehog? How do
Stacy
you,
Steele.
how do you manage to own a hedgehog?
Right. It was a very happy, magical accident. It was after Hurricane Irma, and my mom went to New York to go to somebody's bar mitzvah, and basically left me and my dad alone. Which is a very scary thing to do.
What is it? A hedgehog?
Mm-hmm.
It's like Sonic the Hedgehog.
No, it's not Sonic. It's Fiona.
It's not blue.
I think
Fiona
she needs
the
some
Hedgehog.
water.
It's Fiona the
So
hedgehog.
she, I walked into a pet
Wow.
store
What is
and she happened to be there and it was love at first sight. She came to me and they don't usually
Oh
do
wow, they're
that.
spiky.
Really?
She's
Yeah.
spiky.
You want some water, Mama?
How old is your hedgehog?
She's 2.
She's 2 years old.
How
What
big
are
does
they?
it
Are they
grow?
rats?
Yeah,
Because
how
it's
big-
good.
Not a rat. See, I told you interrogation time. You see?
Right, there you
Like
go.
what is it? A mark?
Damn, yeah, you call it though,
not
for
a
real.
marsupial.
See, now
They're
this is like
mammals.
some Steve Irwin shit now. We're
Do you have anything in your
Which
pocket?
one of us?
My papaya.
it doesn't have a fucking stinger though. Yeah, it's just gonna fucking rip my asshole apart. dude.
What's Lily?
Our dog.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So,
so,
so it's good for the asshole.
So-
She's part of my act. She does comedy with me.
really?
It's a little thing.
I think I've seen.
What do you
No, that's
feed
her
a
tail.
hedgehog,
That's
by
her
the way?
tail. It's not a thing. It's a girl.
Oh,
Pet, of course.
Oh.
She's
Oh,
very
really?
social and socialized.
Very
Right?
spiky hair.
Yeah, this is Keratin. I do an educational series with her called Education on YouTube.
That is so cute.
And I only have 5 episodes out right now, but I'll be making more of those. This is made out of the same thing as your fingernails and hair, keratin.
Really?
Yep. And then she's got a super soft belly, and this is not a pee-pee. That's her tail. It's called a stem. And they use that for balance when they go pee. They spread their legs like super wide, and then they pee, and they press down on the tail so that they can balance.
That is so cute.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've never seen a hedgehog
Sorry,
a day
Mama.
in my life. Ladies and
Look
gentlemen,
at that face.
that's what we have here. A hedgehog. Hey Fiona, how you doing?
I had my friend who had a chinchilla.
Yeah,
She's
a
like, I want to
chinchilla.
be on the
Yeah.
air.
Everyone sometimes has in Florida. You get the every now and then, like
Weird
someone that has
exotic
like
animal.
exotic pet owner.
She's been on the radio a few times.
You know what? I want to ask about that. You know, on top of your comedy, you've done a bunch of other things like we discussed earlier.
Mm-hmm.
One of the things you said is that you were on radio before.
I was.
Well, now you were on a radio. What radio station were you on?
And she just hangs in
Go
there?
back in the back.
She
Hold
goes
on.
right back in the purse. That is amazing.
I
All right,
did.
Fiona. We'll see you later for the promo.
Yeah. True that. I did internet radio, a few different shows.
Oh, you've done? Do you do them currently, or you've
Right
done
now,
them?
no. I've done several different shows. And I
Okay.
had one that was like a podcast kind of thing called Bid Chat.
Right.
That was interesting too. So yeah,
So you were on a podcast? No
Kinda.
kidding. So
Yeah.
what was it called?
the Comic Chronicles,
The Comic Chronicles. What did you guys discuss on there?
the comedy and acting underworld, like all
Really?
the stuff that goes on that people don't see. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you know what? I feel like sometimes we touch on that on here. You know, that's kind of one of the things I like to highlight when I speak to different artists. You know, just that struggle, that behind the scenes moment that we all have to go through sometimes just
Sure.
to get either on stage or behind the camera or just to achieve anything out
Sure.
here.
And how many of us have felt like we are going forward and then we're taking 10 steps back and then we're going forward and we're forward and we do, and then all of a sudden you're like getting like that. I call it comics or actors depression, where you go through that like period where you're not making money and you're not getting on stage and you're feeling sorry for yourself and you just get that ugh, and then you go a couple days and then you feel better again and then you get on stage and everything kind of just rotates around.
Yeah, it is an emotional roller coaster sometimes. I think in terms of mood, like sometimes you just get burned out or tired, or sometimes you get so motivated and you're like, man, I just want to do a show every single night.
And then you want to write and it's like you can't, and you're like, fuck, I can't write. And then you have a bad breakup and you're like, I can write. Thank you, Jesus.
But yeah, I feel you on that. Like I've been there. I feel like I'm there almost every other day. You know, some days I feel like I'm into this. Some days
look at how mellow everybody got. We're all like chill.
Yeah, no, that weed, that really, that the situation there got everybody really calm.
I didn't have any of it.
It was like floating in the air.
It was. Oh, and I got you a gift.
I know. I wanted to discuss that. The shirt.
Okay, so this is my shirt that I sell after my show. And I have the shirt made because after my shows, everybody wants to meet Fiona.
Yes.
Right.
And so I've had guys come up to me and ask me if they can touch or feel my hedgehog.
Well.
So the shirt says, "Who wants to feel my hedgehog?"
Yeah.
And it was designed by Eric Rosenblum. Thank you so much.
Put on that shirt now, bro.
I would, but you know,
This is actually my hands, and that's actually Fiona. That's from a real
it's a
picture.
large, so as it'll look pretty funny on me. But can you guys see this? No, let me just say that right here. Not you. Can you guys see that right there?
And I have baby tees too, if you want to buy one.
Yeah.
Not
What
you.
now?
I sell them.
She sells these online. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, baby.
Yeah. You can go to my website, stacysteele.com. I don't have them up yet, but they will be up.
Hands holding a hedgehog.
It is. It's exactly
It
my
is.
hands holding her.
Wow, that's
Who wants to feel my
And
hedgehog?
my rings. You can see my rings and my hands, my nails, the whole nine
Yeah.
yards. Thank you. Look, and
I
Tiffany's folding
appreciate
it all
it.
nice.
Yes.
I didn't realize you had a whole crew here. I would have brought shirts for everybody. And I'm sorry I underestimated you. And
That
just
is
got your
fine.
large.
This is.
She'll wear it.
We're very unexpected in here. You know,
Yeah.
these crews, my cast forms together. It manifests itself.
Like Voltron.
Right.
Oh shit! Oh shit!
Makes a lot of
Voltron.
sense right
Way cooler than Power Rangers. y'all.
Sometimes we're missing the leg, but that's all right. We'll hop on one leg and we'll fight.
Dude, if we have him, we have an extra leg anyway.
Yeah, I mean, but Voltron's completely formed today, sword and all.
We're
We're
good.
ready to.
We
We're
are
engaged
good.
in battle out here.
I don't think you got
What else do you do though outside of comedy and singing?
I do production and acting, movies, film.
Okay, you do production and acting. What type of movies have you been in? Anything notable or anything big?
Nothing that you would know yet. Well, actually, that's not totally true. I was the unit production manager for a movie that's called Dream Killer. I think it's on Amazon right now. It was produced and done by Barbie Castro and their company. I'm totally brain farting right now on everything.
Sure.
So, but you can look it up on IMDb. I have an IMDb page. You can look all my stuff up there. Worked on a couple of other films that I was producing and creating with my ex-partner, and just a whole bunch of stuff.
So
I got a bunch of shorts. I was on Fear Factor, like you heard.
Right.
I was. We have a few movies that are getting ready to come out. So
Wow,
cool
so you've
stuff.
had your hands
How'd you
full.
like being on Fear Factor?
Fear Factor was really cool. It was different. I needed to learn to tone down my personality because I was like doing jumping jacks and push-ups and stuff and getting that whole personal trainer vibe going on.
Mm-hmm.
And then when it came time to vote us off the island, they picked us because they said basically they all unanimously chose us. Like there was no other couple. It was Stacy.
You guys the only couple from Miami or
That's it.
something from
No.
South Florida?
Are you like on one of those like fucking top 10 worst Fear Factor couples or
I
some
hope
shit?
not. I haven't seen that.
Fucking
But now I
compilation.
want to know. We gotta look that up later.
Oh shit.
So, yeah.
You know, let me
My
ask
bad.
you. Being that you have your hands in all this, is this all you do? Just in entertainment, just acting, the production, and the comedy?
No, I do some radio work. I do some voiceover work. I try to get my hands in every cookie jar, and that's like a big bone of contention for me when people are like, "Oh, you can't do all these jobs." We were talking about that earlier. Me and No Emotion.
Right.
You know, like why can't I be the production manager and star in my film if I want to and I can handle it?
Oh, my
I have ADD. I like to have multiple things going on. You know what I mean? I want to know why can't I like be your favorite aqua instructor in the morning and then do a show at your place at night? Why not?
I feel that today's generation or just in today's times, if you're not doing more than one thing, it's
You're
weird.
done.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
weird.
You definitely
have to
have
have your
your
hand a
hands
little bit in everything.
That's it.
You know, we're all the jack of all trades nowadays.
That's right.
Well,
Jack of
you know,
all
I was
trades.
well that too. That's at night. But you know, you mentioned something. You said you were working with senior citizens too.
I do. I do. I actually teach fitness for seniors, which is really weird because I came into all of this stuff kind of, I say accidentally, but it's really not, because this is what happened and it came to be for a reason.
Right.
I believe everything has a reason. So I started teaching and training and certifying personal trainers and fitness instructors. And then that led to me getting into training seniors. Somehow, I don't know how it happened. It just slowly transitioned into that.
Train?
No, they're fantastic. And it's like, I think that seniors in general are way overlooked in our society because they know what's up. They've seen the TV invented, the radio invented, some of them, like it depends.
Do they scream that while they're working out?
No.
I remember when the TV was invented.
No. I think I'd be Jewish, yo. So, yeah. And then I started doing my singing gigs, started turning into singing for seniors too. So this is crazy. She's educational, but she's also an emotional support animal. Because if you hadn't noticed, I'm fucking crazy.
Sure.
But long story short, I bring her to this place. It's called the Atria, and I do the memory care center there. So these are all patients that have dementia or Alzheimer's. So they remember some of the songs, but the very first time I went and sang there, oh, this is great. I was like, all right, everybody, who remembers hands? And then I fucking went, okay. I'm in the memory care unit. They don't remember shit. They don't know what they had for lunch. They don't remember that they just peed. They're going back to the bathroom to pee again.
Don't ask them if they remember anything.
Yeah, well, I was nervous. Still get nervous on stage.
Oh my God.
So eventually it started becoming a more regular thing. I was there once a month. And like the last time I was there, when I walked in, one of the ladies walked right up to me and just stood in front of me. And it was kind of like horror movie-esque. And by the way, that's what I do. I do horror movies mostly.
Ooh.
Nice.
Horror comedies.
Ooh,
but that's a whole other story. So, okay, so she's standing in front of me staring at me. And she goes, "What's in your bag?" And I went, "You talking about Fiona?" She goes, "What's in your bag?" And I pull her out and they all go crazy. They're like, "We remember you." They remembered my hedgehog.
Oh, wow.
How awesome is that, dude?
Yeah, you know what? Maybe they need more animals in there.
Thank you.
Yeah, no,
It's true.
People really neglect the senior citizens.
They
I
do.
really also care for that. I feel like there'd be more attention to.
Dude, I got to
It's
show you the
sad.
video of this 100-year-old dude. He does not look 100 years old. And he's all dapper. He's wearing a suit. Like, whatever happened? We're talking about getting dressed up. This guy's in a suit coming to see my show.
Oh
Yeah, you
my
can
The
see
ladies
the
are dressed up
podcast
wearing
for senior
pearls and shit.
citizens.
Like, good for them, man,
You should start a podcast over there.
We should, but they wouldn't be able to hear it. You don't even know. We can't hear you. You're too loud. Okay, somebody shoot me. It's not easy, but I do know I'm going to heaven.
You know what? I'm looking while you're talking, and there's someone back there. There's people, so many posting comments. I haven't even noticed this. There's someone over there that says,
Fuck
"Anime
seniors."
God, fuck seniors." LOL, just kidding.
I remember you have dementia. I guess you don't. Such a sad, funny joke.
Oh man.
Too many pansies.
Oh my god, you guys are crazy. I can't.
There was one that asked if
Probably a
they
script
What do they
Well,
disagree with?
Oh, there's people that wanted to fold
wanted
into
to
this
fold
stuff.
in.
You know
Oh,
what?
yeah,
I wish we could have
should.
done this.
Oh,
Hey guys, you know what? We're just idiots out there, but we love you.
Dude, we have not been paying attention to the comments. We apologize, y'all.
Oh, shit,
Seriously,
dude.
boom! Yeah, that's right,
Hey,
Randy.
what's up, Randy?
That's
Who's
right.
Randy?
We don't know who Randy is, but he just
What's up,
figured it out.
Randy?
It's just the whole time.
Thank you, Randy.
We appreciate you guys.
Coins,
out there,
please, Randy. Coins.
He said we're hilarious.
Send your coins, Randy.
He will show you nipple if you send
Yeah,
coins.
yeah, dude. I'll show you. I
Hey,
got
listen,
small
you wanna
ass
touch
nipples,
our
dude.
hedgehogs out here?
Yeah, who wants to feel my hedgehog?
Oh, that's such a spicy.
Go.
Oh my god! Hey, no, we
Fuck that,
appreciate
Randy
you
said
guys,
fuck
man.
that.
Honestly, I haven't noticed all these comments, man.
That's
It's
awesome.
all go-
Yo, no emotion is writing back from outside.
Yeah, it's fucking fantastic.
Oh, it's you?
Not me.
I thought it was
I was
you.
I was right there with you, man. I'm like, wait a second.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh, sweet.
Dude, I totally.
That cigarette
That's how high you
has
are.
me high. What you put in that cigarette,
Yeah,
John?
seriously, man. I'm like holding this like it's some kind of big
Look
black
at
cock.
this.
It's
It's
like
our call number for their podcast. Let me see one moment. Higher self and lower self. Where's that one?
what is happening?
We didn't even
Yeah,
know. Man,
fuck
you know
that
what? We should have
bullshit.
gotten you guys to call
Steve
it.
Steve
That
Harvey
would've been-
legit has his shit
I don't want
together.
to interrupt you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh, that was crazy.
You know what?
man.
Oh, to
Some Cosby shit. Steve Harvey legit has his shit together. What the hell's that all about?
Yo, I don't know how
Oh,
far our
shit,
conversations
Steve
went.
Funny. I know we can have a whole other podcast just on the comments alone.
Seriously, man, we got to see you guys next time, man, and have more conversations
Real.
with the crowd.
But you know what? In the meantime, you guys can all hit me up on Instagram and Facebook and Twitter and all that shit
Yes.
at Stacey Steele 13. It's STACEY STEELE.
Hey, we're gonna say it one more time.
It's free for you and cheap for them.
Stacy Steele
That's what that shit
13.
reminds me of.
Stacy, let me ask you a question.
But wait, there's more.
Yeah. What else do we get with that?
So you do all this stuff,
Yeah.
but which
And I'm
one?
still nobody.
You know what? I feel like that's mostly everyone nowadays. Even for the bloggers and people
Yeah.
out there, there's
It's
just
tough,
everyone's
man.
doing all this, but I don't think we're nowhere from where we think we are.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think we're all just
Anywhere
exactly where
from
we are.
nowhere
Dude,
that we
I
think.
kind of
we are.
understood him though. That's crazy.
Isn't it? It makes sense,
It
man. It
does.
was deep.
It was
Don't
like
worry
Alice in
about it,
Wonderland
man.
shit.
Don't worry about it, Seabass.
I got
You
you.
ain't
Go
been
ahead.
here in a while.
Go ahead.
He'll catch up with me again.
The Instagram.
But which one out of everything you do?
Drop the link.
What?
Stacy Steele 13. STACEY. Hold on one second.
Oh,
Yo, what's that thing again?
Back it up. Back it up. EY. Back it up. STACEY.
Dan Valeria.
STEELE 13. And Fiona
Damn,
is
bro.
at Fiona Steele 13.
STE.
Yeah.
That's right.
First fan, we love you, Randy.
That's correct. Thank you. Aw, thanks, Randy. We love y'all.
Hey,
Show
so
yourself.
so let me ask you.
Yes, sir.
Out of
Coins,
everything that
Randy,
you do,
coins, man.
what
Let's do the everyman
pulls at
pose.
you the most?
Uh,
Which one do
That
you
is
find yourself
such a
gravitating
good
towards?
question, and I was actually talking to him about this outside too. Okay, so what'll happen is I'll find myself being pulled toward comedy, and then I'll be like really focused on comedy, and all of a sudden something will happen over here with singing. It's kind of like the government. Hey, look over here, look over here. It's interesting
You
because
forgot you were Stacy the comedian for a second.
you talk about manifestation, which I actually do. I'm an intuitive and an empath, and I do manifest things on a regular basis. So you would think, okay, I could manifest myself famous, but it doesn't work like that.
No.
You can manifest things.
Yo, if that were true, everyone would do that. Everyone would become
you gotta,
one.
The
you gotta
secret
practice. You gotta practice every single day.
Me too. I do it. I try to become famous every day.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm talking about manifestation.
No,
But that's a whole nother fucking show.
I know.
Right.
So
For real.
it
Vision-
really
vision
is.
board.
It's deep. It's deep. But I've seen some interesting things happen with myself and my girl Christina, where we manifested some shit that was like mind blowing. But you can't manifest somebody else's free will. That's for sure.
That is true. But again, back to the question. I mean,
Oh,
what
comedy.
comedy is what pulls you at the end of the day. Is it comedy?
Right now, I'm gonna say yes for right now.
Right.
Because for a while it was like I was very heavily focused on the production and the movie stuff.
Mhm.
And I was split between acting and production, and people kept telling me, wow, you really need to produce, you're really good at this. And I didn't want to do that because I wanted to be on the screen,
Mhm.
which is very narcissistic. And then I sat down and I went over that in my head, and I decided, you know what, I am good at production, and if I do that, I don't have to memorize 80 pages of fucking dialogue, right?
Yeah, no, listen, man. I
So
tried
I started-
memorizing one script as a kid.
It's hard. It's tough. So I started getting into the more of the production side, and I wound up being able to build myself up to get this unit production manager job. Oh, Concord Films. That's the name I was looking for.
Ah.
So that's Barbie Castro and her company, Concord Films, who I am so grateful for because I got to do a movie with them last year, and it was awesome. For those of you that don't know, unit production manager basically is in charge of the crew. Sometimes they're in charge of budgeting and doing other things, but I got on during production and a little bit of pre-production. I wasn't there in the
Nice.
beginning.
That's cool.
It's
Nice.
awesome. I love it. And she's got a bunch of movies out on Lifetime. This one they're distributing themselves, so this is going to be on Amazon Prime, I believe.
What's one of the
Oh.
biggest projects you feel like you've worked on?
That's one of
That
them
one?
for sure. Of course,
What's
Fear
it called?
Factor, Dream Killer.
Dream Killer.
Yeah.
Oh.
What about in
Um,
comedy? Have you opened up for anyone?
Oh my God, so many.
What?
Yeah,
who do you feel is the
lots.
most like? Wow, I opened up for this one.
Jeremy Piven.
Jeremy Piven.
I was actually the first person to host for him with him doing a headline set in Naples. I saw that he was coming. I told my ex, I was like, yo, on that show. He called, we got on the show, and we got to vibe with him, and he was very cool, really chill. And he said he was going to, we got a signed letter of intent for him to do our next movie. But we're still
Really?
waiting on funding, which is a really big project, you know.
Of
So
course.
we shot a proof of concept. It's called Ghost Killers, not to be confused with Dream Killer.
Is there killer in
It's
every
another
title?
killer.
There's a lot
This
of
one's
killers.
in the dream and one's for the ghosts.
Yeah.
Women ain't gonna let you
So-
not die, not in
That's
life,
right.
not in your
That's
dreams,
right. That's
not
right.
after,
That's right.
or morning.
So we got to do a proof of concept film with that, and that's basically to show people what we're capable of on a production scale and on a financial scale, on an acting scale, et cetera, et cetera. And we were attracting investors and working on some stuff, and then we're just kind of trying to figure out all the moving pieces.
Right, the obstacles, as they
So,
say.
Yeah, which is basically money. So if anybody wants to give me like 300-400K,
Send coins.
Randy, if you know
Randy.
anyone out there, just send them out there.
Send coins,
Send them out there to GoFundMe.
Yeah, seriously, I'm not past showing a nipple for $400,000. Did I say 500,000? Okay.
There you go.
Yeah,
there you go. She has a price, guys.
Yeah.
$500,000.
You know what? I'm gonna make this the final question.
Final question.
Yeah.
Dum, dum, dum.
As a female in entertainment, what's your opinion with women right now in the
I
entertainment
fucking
world?
hate women.
Fuck
Somebody's
these
gonna cut
women.
that and fucking that's gonna be like the one
Right
thing
there,
that goes
that's
viral.
it.
That's it right
The
there.
only
I said
I
no
never
clipper on
should have
that
said that. Yeah. Why did I just do that?
Yeah, well, that's all right. We always need one of those in here.
Oh my god, that was lame as fuck. Yeah, so I think I think a lot of things. I'm not what you would call an old school feminist. I think this is a really tough thing to put together because we're trying for equality, right?
Right.
But then when we get equality, we're like, oh, well, they don't open the door for me. And there's two sets of women. And, well, there's a lot more than that. But if you want to like just make it real general, there's two sets of women, those that are independent and those that are dependent because they want to pretend they're not independent.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right.
Okay. So it's like, oh, I can't pick up my suitcase. And I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Give me my bag. You know what I mean? Like there's different girls. I don't know. It's
Strong,
just
independent woman.
yeah, and I feel like the strong, independent woman gets what she wants, but then she turns around and goes, "Oh well, he's not carrying my suitcase." Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've seen girls like that before. You know,
I mean,
like
again,
they
this is
have a
very
certain standard
general.
of certain men expecting them to do certain small details, and
But
if
if we're-
they don't meet those standards,
Right.
it's a problem.
Right, but if we're talking about comedy rather than relationships,
Right.
I find that it's tough because there's a standard where, like I said earlier, men think you can't be attractive and funny. So do I dumb myself down? Do I do less hair and makeup? I don't want to kowtow to what other people want me to be. As a
Right.
female, as a comic, as me, I want to be me. And who doesn't want to get paid to be me? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Like themselves. Of course, that's why we're all doing this, because we want to get paid to do what we do.
Exactly.
So now my big thing is, where do you draw the line when somebody's okay? So you were saying before you got hater mail or a line from a hater, that means you're going somewhere. Well, all of a sudden, a couple of weeks ago, I started posting some different kind of stuff on my Instagram and Facebook, and I started getting some heat from it. I posted something kind of nude but artistic. I posted something like, and it said right on there, your opinion of me is none of my business. And I purposely spelled "your" wrong because I'm a grammar Nazi. I spelled it YOU''RE. And do you know that out of hundreds of people who saw the post, one girl noticed that?
You are. It's not how
That's
it's
right.
said.
Well, I did that because people are looking at, and it was a marketing ploy to get people to buy tickets for my show in Miami. And it kind of worked, but not as much as I would have hoped.
Right.
But the thing is, like, I had my aunt calling me and I had my friends calling me. Are you okay? What's going on? Something's wrong. No, nothing's wrong.
You should have told me I just
I'm
live in
single.
South Florida.
I'm single.
You're hustling. You're
I'm
scheming.
trying to get that dough.
Yeah.
That's right. I'm trying to do me.
Get the
And
money
why is it a problem? You can answer this. You can answer this. Why is it a problem? And this is I didn't talk about this before, but there's a movement called Free the Nipple. Okay. Have you guys seen the Free the Nipple movement?
Yeah.
And it's about how, and I'm not about like, I don't want to see some lady breastfeeding in front of me because that kind of grosses me out, but whatever. That's neither here nor there.
Sure.
But it's about like, if a guy can show his nipple, a girl should be able to show her nipple too. What's the big deal?
Hey, I'm with you.
Right?
I'm with it too, but
Walter
I'm
trying
gonna
to see
be
a titty
honest.
whenever.
Okay. Hold on.
Men don't know how to control themselves. You know, they see
But
see
what about,
nipples
wait a minute.
and they lose their shit.
Okay. What about in Europe? There's men that are in Europe that are not raping women because they're walking around topless.
But the men in Europe are kind of soft compared to like Western culture.
Are they?
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, man. Like, these men in America are insane.
Yeah,
on a
we're all
second.
sociopaths here.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
Okay, so hold on a second. I'm going to flip that for a second, and
control
let's talk about
myself.
raising kids. You have kids?
I do. I have a son.
Do you give him a little pop if he's out of control?
I have.
Okay. Your kids?
No.
Anybody over here?
I got a
Well,
lot.
actually, I got a son, yeah.
You keep him in line. You keep him in line.
That's why
I
he's
can
got
tell.
a T-shirt from.
I know you
Goodwill.
do. I know he keep him in
I don't
line.
repeat shit twice.
Okay, so here's my thing. Like, I don't understand what's with this whole fucking DCF thing now. Like, I had an argument with my brother recently about that. I'm like, if my kids were your kids and they were doing that, I would slap them into fucking next week. And he goes, "You can't hit your kids." I'm like, "What do you mean? You're reasoning with an 8-year-old. You can't,
For real.
right? Like you are having
You
a."
do not pay taxes. I do.
Thank you. Or forget taxes. You don't buy your food. You don't buy your like. Okay,
Useless.
Yeah.
enough.
you're a fucking slave. That's why I had you. I don't have kids. I'm
Right.
just saying. So I'm like,
But
okay.
they fun, though.
No, but you know what I
They
found
fun.
out?
They fun.
I'm not saying I'm anti-kid. I would like to have a kid. So, you know,
Right.
but that's
Hey,
neither here
man.
nor there. My point
Hey,
is,
man.
if you find somebody who you mesh with and they'll discipline their kid the way you discipline your kid, that's a good thing, right?
Mhm.
There was a point here, but I completely forgot where we
Gotta
came
have
from.
kids with people with pretty eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's definitely not the point.
Good.
Yeah, that's the only way. Yeah, you gotta whoever you fuck, they gotta have pretty eyes if you're gonna have kids.
Okay, good. That's a good point. But there was this came from somewhere.
Yes,
We were talking about
Regular comment.
We were
it was a
talk-
comedy thing.
Yes, it was
Breast
in
milk tastes
regards.
strange?
It was
Thanks,
in regards to you being in regards to female comedy.
Where's the gold mask?
Okay. That's love that. Good point. Thank you.
Breast milk is
I like that.
gross. I like
We were
it
talking
over
about
there.
nipples. We were talking
Yes.
about the nipples.
Show
the
the
nip.
nipple.
Breast
Yes, show
milk
the nipple.
tastes strange.
The free the nipple movement
Free
and
the
not
nipple.
it's like a feminist thing, but it's different. Like I'm not gonna walk around wearing a giant vagina because I want to show my nipples. It's not like that.
Right.
It's like we're trying to get like
Send
some kind of
coins.
equality, but that's on a very linear level. Does that make
And
sense?
scientifically,
Yeah.
I mean,
if women
I
stop
guess-
wearing bras, their breasts will raise.
I am not wearing a bra.
No bras means you're
Free the nips!
Free the nipple. Well, yeah, they're saying now that the bra has not changed in 100 years, and that people wearing bras has actually caused the breast muscles to sag over time because
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
holding you up, and then at the end of the day,
Yeah.
you take the bra off, and they just
They say within 6
Makes
months.
sense.
Like a propeller.
Yeah.
6 months.
I stopped wearing bras like years ago.
yeah, but B.
Yo,
But I wear it's a full C. No, it's
Okay.
a small C, full B.
Okay.
Must be so
But
hot.
Sure.
So
but no,
tiny.
no, but I wear like little sports bras or like bralettes.
Okay.
Perfect
Okay.
circles.
Cool. He's talking about your nipples.
Sure.
Anyway.
How
So
would
you
you
were
know?
going in regards to
They
that.
should-
Oh, I don't
because most
remember how that all
nipples-
tied
It all
together.
tied into
Kinda-
you thinking about females
Ovals
and
or
entertainment.
circles?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's really
Circles.
hard to be equal if you're.
They're
I mean,
hot.
as a comedian, you could be on stage and be pregnant. That works, but in other
Right.
jobs,
Uh-huh.
not necessarily, right?
Right.
So it's like you can't really totally 100% say that it's going to ever be equal. Does a man get paternity leave? Not usually.
I'm
No.
trying to.
That'd be
We do
sick.
Sometimes.
Maternal leave.
But some guys will
paternal leave
get,
is what
some
they call it.
companies now give you like a week or two
That's
off as a
true.
husband
It's
when you
not
just had a
enough.
baby.
A
But that's the
week
thing. You
off,
need like
man.
4 months.
Exactly.
But you're not going to get, but they have that in other countries. I know what I was going to say. You were saying men in Europe are soft. And I was going to say people that are European or of European descent are not soft. They usually will beat the shit out of their kids, and their kids are much better behaved.
Yeah, but we were talking about them.
That's
in the
why.
beach watching
That's
women
why.
with
That's
nipples.
why. Because they beat their kids. They can have chicks topless. At
No,
the
but
beach.
they're soft in the sense like they
You know
see
what
a
I'm
naked
saying?
woman, they're okay
Exactly.
with it.
Right.
They know how to act around
because
chicks with their
they're-
titties out.
When I started.
It's their norm.
Close
When
your
it's something
fucking
that you're not
mouth.
used to, you
Right. Do you ever, okay,
Find it.
did you guys ever see the Skittles commercial with the bride and groom where they're having sex and he's like,
Yes,
"I'm about
and he
to come."
comes all over her face
And he
with
comes over her
Skittles.
face with Skittles.
Skittles.
And it's the best commercial I've ever seen in my
Shit.
life. And it was banned in America.
I didn't see
Wait,
that.
but who's coming?
Oh,
It's a bride and a groom.
Oh,
And they're
okay.
laying in the honeymoon suite, and he's on top of her, banging her, and she's on her back, and he's banging her. She's got these ridiculous high heels and thigh highs and a wedding dress and a stupid hairdo and the whole 9 yards, and he's got his pants down with his tiger shorts on, and he's banging her. He's like, "Oh, it's ridiculous." And then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna come," and then all of a sudden he's like,
He
"Turn
says,
around," and she
"Come?"
turns around. Yeah.
This is a
She
Skittles
turns-
commercial?
Yes.
She turns around and opens her mouth and sticks out her tongue, and he fucking goes, "Ugh."
She's
And
a
Skittles,
Skittles.
Skittles shoot out of his
Yeah.
mouth.
I think you guys got tricked into believing that was a real Skittles commercial.
It is a real Skittles
It is,
commercial.
just- it
It's
was banned in
the United
America.
States.
That's soft porn.
That's what I'm saying. It's not
But-
soft porn. Look
But
it
that's
up.
okay. Okay, yes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But wait.
Yeah.
Europeans are more free about their shit
That's right.
because their men are more docile. I think that if
I don't
American males had seen a bunch of titties all over the beach, best believe
Why is he
There'd be a
saying
lot
that?
going
I'm looking at
crazy.
showgirls, nigga. I'm looking at today.
But would you go on the beach and saw a bunch of women with
But
no
look at
shirts
that.
on? Would you walk around like, alright, whatever?
We
Or
check
would
it
you be
out.
like, yo, you be going nuts? Like, yo, I need to
No,
Yeah.
I'm not going nuts. I'll check it out. I'm a
Keep
dude.
moving.
And yeah, just move it right the
That's
fuck
it.
up.
Because your girlfriend's probably
Yeah.
next to you.
No, because
Yeah.
I'm not trying to look like an animal. Oh, duties. Like, that's how
Yeah.
it's
Thank
Sergio,
you.
what would you do?
I look.
He'd lay out and just fucking pee.
I would get naked, maybe.
Yeah. There you go.
Start stroking himself and shit.
I would no, man. But like, if they could do that, why can't I do the other thing, man?
That's right. Whip it
If a
out.
girl has her tits out, you gotta compliment.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
You gotta walk straight up.
Can
and
we
be
show
like, "Yo,
that?"
I just want you to know
It's
that your
like kind of
breasts
like soft porn.
No, it's
are
not.
amazing. They're beautiful.
It's like
and
Skinemax.
and keep
See?
talking until
Can we
it gets
show the audience
awkward.
the Skittles commercial? Can we put it on the
It's
camera?
not. You know what? It's not how she made it sound.
It's
Really?
No. Here, I'll show you.
we can't. I don't know if we can show it on the
But
feed.
you
Okay.
can watch it.
Yeah, it's not gonna be
Alright.
able to see a little bit there.
Well, you guys can watch it at
pull up
home. You
this
can look it
Skittles
up.
commercial.
You can look it up. I love that. Somebody
No,
gives.
I
Oh,
wanna
it's always
watch
the
it.
people with no kids that have an opinion about raising kids. I have a niece and a nephew, and I have animals, and I will probably have a kid one day, and fuck you.
Oh, but he's hitting it from the back, though. Yeah.
And then he turns her around.
He's hitting it, doggy.
Hold on.
All right. No, that's all.
I don't know if you can mess
You're
with it.
watching a Skittles commercial.
Yeah.
It doesn't. It doesn't. It actually really doesn't.
Skittles.
It looks like a
He's like, turn around. He's like, I'm gonna come. Come on. Oh, this isn't the right one. This is okay. That's better. No, the one that I have is way closer.
Nah, you guys are saying
They show him like super close up.
Man,
That's
these
great.
European Skittle commercials are
Fucking
weird.
awesome. Look it up again. Look it up again. Yes, it is.
Nope.
Okay.
I'll fight all of you right
I
now.
would
I think
fight
to
you.
answer that question about the Europe parent thing.
What about it?
I think it's because those people are trying
Is it this one?
to be those kids' parents, and over here
They're trying to be their friend.
Yeah,
Thank you. I love this man. He's quiet but smart.
But come on, let's
You are
wrap this
smart.
bitch up. Nice seeing y'all.
You heard what he said, y'all?
Feel me?
Yeah, I try not to listen to him.
Dude, he's a smart guy. You should listen to
I
him.
don't know.
Look at this one, just having a baby.
Okay.
Oh,
Man, these
God.
Skittles
The
commercials are
Skittles.
very perverted.
Skittles.
Yeah, that's the same couple.
Yo, John,
It's
Yes,
this one.
okay.
let's Christmas wrap this.
Yeah,
Doing it.
Yeah, we're gonna
Do like
finish.
a
I'm watching the
20
Skittles
December.
commercial.
Wrap it up.
Commercials.
Ooh,
I
like
see
you guys
one.
ooh, I'm gonna come.
Wait,
He's like, turn
hang
around,
on.
turn
I want
around.
to see a Skittles commercial.
There we
where-
go. Here he goes.
where
Here he goes.
someone
Here he goes.
comes-
Here he goes. And he's getting it all over her chest, and now he's getting it in her mouth, and she's got her tongue out, and she's catching the Skittles,
Let me see.
and it's all over her face, and he's like,
Oh,
you
my
went after
God.
soft.
Man, these Skittles commercials, man. I don't want to taste the rainbow there.
hey,
All right,
let's
so-
listen. All right.
We're gonna round it home here. Stacy,
No, the same shit.
just want to ask,
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's like big now.
what do you have? Coming up
Skittles
next
porn.
in
Oh,
terms
boy.
of projects, and where
I
can people
asked
find
him.
it? We'll wrap it up with that.
Okay, that is a
Audio of
beautiful
women
and
giving
difficult
birth.
question.
Hold on, guys.
So
It's
Facebook is Stacy
hot.
Steele Live.
shooting me so hot, bro.
Instagram,
I've heard
Twitter,
it before.
Snapchat, TikTok, Stacy Steele 13, which we gave out on the feed earlier.
Right.
I am. Let's see. I have to look at my phone, and we're on it right now, so know where I am because I don't know where I am ever.
But you'll be performing.
But
You
I'm
have some
around and
shows
about,
coming.
and you know.
Do you
some-
have the improv coming up?
I
think I've
don't
seen-
right now. I have. I've been doing a lot of open mics recently, just to kind of like keep my chops up. But
Sure.
it's hard because when you're doing a 5-minute or a 7-minute spot, and then you got to go do 90 minute
20
show,
Yeah,
you're like
it's crazy.
not really getting that much help. But
No.
I mean, you still got to be able to be on stage. And tell me if it's wrong. You guys want to be on stage every night, right?
Of course.
I mean, that feels good.
Yeah.
You have a good set, you get off, you fucking feel good about yourself.
Yeah.
You have a shitty set, you get off stage, you feel like shit, but then you go write more, and then you go back and do it the next night, and you feel
Yeah.
better again.
Take a shot.
It's like medicine.
You got to be like a quarterback. You got to have a short memory. And just kind of
Yeah, no, Adopted. We have that I was the production manager on, and I have a couple of
Dream Killers. You said they could find on
Amazon Prime.
on
Just
Amazon
go on my
Prime.
IMDb page, and you can look up everything. If you type in Stacy Steele on Google and you spell it right, you'll find all kinds of
Porn
goodies.
stars.
No.
Okay.
You will find some bikini pictures because I used to do fitness and bikini modeling, so you might find that. So brace yourselves if you're, of a certain age and you might have a heart attack.
Get ready to jerk off.
That's you. You wouldn't be the first guy. You won't be the last. I did a couple of pie in the face videos that I regret, but no, I'm just kidding. I don't regret anything.
Pie in the face.
Yeah, man.
She's gonna do her first Skittles porn pretty soon.
I'm gonna Google that. Stacy Steele pie in the
Pie in the
face,
face.
and I'm gonna
Yeah.
get something like the Skittles commercial.
Yeah, no, you're not. Definitely not. I've never done porn. I swear to God. I promise, Dad. I love you. Mom, you too. So yeah, I was gonna. I don't know if you want me to sing for you. I was gonna sing for you guys.
Can
but-
you sing for us?
You know what? I'd rather you close the show out like that.
Yeah.
Hey,
All right.
you wanna
So
close
can
it
I
out?
borrow your phone
Yes,
because
yeah.
I'm
Yeah,
using
close
mine
the
for
show.
that. Let me see
Sure.
if I can pull this up real quick. Is this open?
Oh, yeah, let me open that.
You know what, guys?
Play it through
Your
all
battery's
that.
dying.
No, that's okay. I can do it like this. I got you.
Oh no, that way the
yeah.
people can hear it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's why we're gonna feed it through the board and through the headphones. That way you have a clearer. That's why I'm saying over there. If you want to use
Alright.
that phone.
What were you
No,
going
people
Oh, I
can hear
gotta
it.
look it up.
Yeah, why don't you hand her the phone?
Because I don't remember. I gotta put it in.
Well,
and see
in the
which version.
meantime, while she does that, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap us up. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank everybody in this room right now, man. You guys have been phenomenal, man. I love this cast, man. This has been an awesome crew. I want to thank our guest Stacy Steele for being here.
Thank you.
I want to thank the viewers from
what
all
was
angles, from here, from this feed to I don't know what other feeds we've had going on. But I want to thank all the viewers and people that are posted through the show. I want to thank the crew again: Sergio, Val, No Emotion, Seabass, Tiffany. Not Walter. I never thank him for shit. But honestly, I want to thank you guys, and you guys can check out many episodes like this. We have it on our website. It's the everymanpodcastshow.com website. And you can follow us on social media too, Everyman Podcast Show. Facebook, Instagram. It doesn't really matter. And also, shout out to Wake and Vape Studios for allowing us to do another episode on here. Guys, if you have any vaping needs, please check them out at wake-n-vape.com. Shout out to Mr. 305 himself, Mr. Dade County, and the boss wife herself. And are we ready to go?
Yeah.
All right. And ladies and gentlemen, Stacy Steele is going to close it out. Again, Stacy, thank you for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.
You are awesome.
Thank
and
you.
Hopefully we'll have you again on pretty soon. And
Yeah.
just like that, we're
Next
going to let
time
you wrap it up.
Bring you more people, more animals.
Yeah, more animals. We need more hedgehogs.
All right. All right.
Close
So
it
this
out.
is playing through the headphones now?
Yeah, so what are you singing, an original or a cover? What are
Nah,
you doing?
cover. I'm a cover girl.
You're a cover girl. All right. What song are you going to do then?
I'm going to do The Glory of Love.
All right. By who is that?
Can you make that like a lot louder?
It's like I don't know, but there you go.
You've got to give a little, take a little, and let your poor heart break a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love. You've got to laugh a little, cry a little, until the clouds go by a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love. Should have done something a little more upbeat, maybe. That's all right. As long as there's the two of us, we've got the world and its charms. And when the world is through with us, you know what we got? We've got each other's arms. You've got to win a little, lose a little. Yes, and always have the lose a little. That's the story of, that's the glory of love. Oh, that's the story of, that's the glory of love. Thank you guys so much.
All right. Yeah. See you next week, people. Whoa. Woo.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah, man.
I'm all fucking dry and shit.
That was it.
Woo.
We're still still
way
on. Are
to
we still
close
on?
out the
We're
first
still
week
on.
of Women's Month, man.
All right. Peace out, guys. Thanks for watching.
Yeah. That was phenomenal.
Thank you.
A lot of energy.
31 viewers. Oh, wow. Comic here.
Oh, Comic here. Ben. Shout out to Ben.
I already shut it off. And
Richie.
Richie. All right.
Wow.
Damn, boys and
man.
girls. Thank you so much. You fucking rock
And
that.
we're not even done. We're doing a promo.
Oh, shit. All right. Now I'm
We're
like
doing
wet.
picks and promo.
Look at my.
Oh
Listen,
my God.
These picks and promo need Fiona.
Yeah, of course.
Like, we can't have